Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the UIdaho Esports Twitch channel. My name is Kaz. I'm joined. Why is the camera off center? Is it? It's not us, is it? I'm not. I don't sit here.
Then why did you choose that seat?
Because you sat there first.
You could have asked for me to move.
No,
anyway,
I'm not going to do that.
We have Kaz here,
but I'm Kaz. I'm joined by Overlord. And it's a Tuesday, which means we are coming at you with another Valorant game. Joined by our Varsity team. Second ECAC game with this new roster, as those of you remember. Dohyun is no longer playing with us. We miss him dearly, but our new roster seems to be finding a little bit more success. Their CVAL match over the weekend was a full 3 maps that they eventually won. We're very proud of them for doing so. And yeah, I mean, we kind of just are,
which if you haven't seen, you guys should
kicking
check
along
it out.
From there.
Those matches were crazy.
Tonight, we will be playing against Muskingum University in New Concord, Ohio, which I'm learning about places in Ohio that I never even existed. I kind of much only knew about... What did I know about?
Very little.
Cleveland and Cincinnati. Those were the only 2 cities I knew in Ohio for a while. Cincinnati because it's the capital, obviously, and Cleveland because it might as well be another capital. I feel like a lot of states east of the Mississippi have like 1, 2, 3 cities that are like big. Like Pennsylvania, you have Harrisburg and Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. In New York, you have Buffalo, obviously New York City and Albany. Just a lot of situations like that. But I digress. That's not important today. Today is about the game. And the game is Valorant, as you already know. I was told to turn the light. There we go. Oh, turn it down?
Because it's going right onto the green screen, you know, and turning it blue. And it's still blue.
There we go. But anyway, hope you enjoy what we have planned for you tonight. I hope any returning viewers are prepared to enjoy some fun Valorant gameplay. If you're new here, you might see my face a lot. I'm one of the Valorant casters, as is Overlord. If you enjoy what you see tonight, please feel free to follow the UIdaho Esports Twitch channel. We would greatly appreciate it. We recently just surpassed 700 followers, which we thank you very dearly for. We've been trying to hit that for a while, and now we're off to the next 100. So 800 before the end of the semester, for sure, will be happening.
We make the difference.
Mm-hmm. If you're feeling generous or have a Prime sub lying around, why not use it on us? You get a fun badge next to your name, get some emotes to use in chat, and you get to help support a grassroots collegiate esports community, which I think is pretty cool. Speaking of things that are cool, we are. And you can meet us in the UIdaho Esports Discord server linked down below, as long as links to our other socials, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, if anybody uses that. Oh, we have commands now. So you can use Bang Discord or Bang socials in the chat to see links to our other places that you can find us. You can find out when games are going on. You can find out when tryouts are going on for games at the beginning of the semester. And you can potentially even participate in some community tournaments that we have going on throughout the week. It's all some fun stuff. I definitely recommend you check it out. But in the meantime, let's get to moving on the game. Now, I don't know too much about Muskingum. Overlord and I did some research on this school before we started stream. They have 2 Immortals, a Diamond player, a Plat player, and a Gold player. Now, mind you, from what I remember, I think both of the Immortals were Immortal 1. The Diamond player, I think, was Diamond 3. The Plat player, I think, was Plat 3. And the Gold player was Gold 1. And that's really curious to me. And I'm not gonna say that, but I did talk to some cheese before I had left for the broadcast room today, and it seems like he's not feeling too worried about how this game could go.
I mean, rank, although it is an indicator of skill, is not necessarily the only thing you have to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
We may have access to their rank, but we don't have access to like their personal match history or their personality. So it could be, hey, they just don't play a whole lot of ranked, or it could be, you know, we had 4 really, really high ranked players, but we couldn't get a 5th one, and this was kind of like the best person we could have to fill in the slot.
Mm.
There's plenty of reasons for having such a large disparity in terms of rank.
Mm. I mean, like, we even have that at the esports program. You know, we have a big initiative to have as many people participate in teams as possible, but that sometimes means that the rank gap between some teams is
pretty large.
A little big, a little bit. Obviously, that's not exactly the case for our Valorant team. I think our lowest player is a Diamond player, and that's post-rank reset, so they probably, at this point, could have been playing more ranked, climbing the ladder, raising the team average, because I'm pretty sure that person in particular is Peak Descendant. Correct me if I'm wrong, you know who you are. Anyways, going into our first map of Lotus, seeing some cheese pulling out the Tejo, Loft Tech pulling out the Raze, Game Captain pulling out the Viper, David pulling out the Omen, and Diabolic pulling out the Breach.
Their standard team comp going into this.
I think what's been super awesome about watching this new roster play is that they've been finding kind of like more of what they want to do for each map. Like, they actually have comps prepped out for each map that they run every single game.
I've seen the spreadsheet for a little bit. It's pretty thorough.
Yeah.
It's pretty thorough.
The Vandals this year are definitely trying to make more of a push to play smarter, as well as play better. You know, Sometimes, as Amelia we put it, we throw, and
sometimes
we're
we ego
just
play.
Yeah, and sometimes you just got to figure out how to do that a little bit better. But I digress. We're already moving into the first round. We see on the side of Muskingum a Raze, Cypher, Tejo, Yoru, and Clove, which is like a similarly interesting comp. I feel like the Tejo has kind of just become essential for playing on this map. The Raze as well. Oh my goodness. Game Captain already finding himself too with Diabolic with that Yuto kill. Some cheese taking out Mikey's on Mound. Secrets gets a very late trade to kind of inch his way out of main, try and clear Waterfall. But most of anybody who's already been holding this is already backed up. Secrets does hear the crawler, shoots it. Some cheese knows not to swing it. But Secrets hit by the stun. Some cheese with that nice little bullet to end out the round.
Great follow through. Diabolic getting some fantastic concussion through the wall. Set up an easy play. Makes so that the Vans can hopefully get a nice couple of bonus rounds going.
And I like that a lot. Like something that I think was really weird about the way that Muskingum played that was the fact that there was a very obvious smoke on C main, and they didn't fully know how to push it. They didn't They don't really have a flash. They have the Yoru flash, but in a lot of situations, that flash isn't great. And then they got timing diffed. A bunch of them got hit by the Breach C. Got a lot of damage off of that. Got a kill off of that even. And then, it was just barbecue chicken from there. So, moving on into second round. Seems like Muskingum wants to play this a little bit slower, playing it a little bit more of a default play.
And honestly, that's all right. They kind of don't have to really worry about the next round. This round or probably the next round, so that until they can get full buys, and that's when the clashing is actually going to get really important.
It is curious to see them pull out such strats this early in the map. Like usually, I don't consider the pistol to bonus periods to be as essential in the first half. Because I think there's a lot of significant push and pull that can happen within that first half. Those first 12 rounds are definitely essential into determining how second round shakes up, especially once you get to pistol to bonus. Maybe a team that won the pistol the first time lost the pistol, and that changes things. It's hard to say, obviously, this early on, but it is important to note about the way that Muskingum is playing this. Speaking of which, so very long lane that let them up grass in main. And A broke breakable, got the bomb down. But it seems like everyone's kind of fallen right now. Mikey's does dodge the breach clear, but it's just pinched from both angles and just can't really do anything there.
I mean, they got Muskingum. It's a weird name.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna call them MU. They gotta pick out. They got plant for a round that they did not plan on winning. Not the worst circumstances.
No, because you got the money, and it's essential to have that later on.
And it's time for them to have their full buy, which means this is the first round where momentum starts to get built.
Not to mention, Game Captain has died a couple times, including in last round, and doesn't have their weapons from last round to bring into this bonus. So it's going to be a little bit harder. They're just going to have to rely on being able to get a pick, get a rifle off, and let that push them further. But
I mean, it's a solid game plan with the knowledge that a full buy is going to be happening.
Oh, for sure. Now, Secrets does get that first pick. There's already a lot of shots. The Salvo finishing off Loft Tech as they try to retreat back to the box by Breakable. Diabolic whiffing a couple shots. It's already looking way worse for the Vandals than it was before.
I mean, trying to beat some Vandals with Stinger is not exactly ideal circumstances.
Well, no, obviously. And that's obviously, they're playing full rifles and stuff like that. That's just how these bonus rounds tend to go. But you can always hope that they go better.
Obviously, yeah.
And
one enemy remaining.
Okay.
Yeah, I certainly hoped in that situation that it would go a little bit better, but it's fine. Round's already over. Muskingum got the bomb down, put some life on the board for their team. And now the Vandals are going to be going on to their post bonus buying rifles and looking for an opportunity to tie things or to continue to establish the lead and knock Muskingum's economy down into a worse spot.
Which, the same thing can be said in reverse. If the Vandals lose this round here, they're going to have to be forced for an eco round for 1, if not 2. And that will just give such a huge advantage to MU in terms of getting that points back onto their side. Well, actually not even getting them back, putting it into their side.
Seems like a bit of a hesitant push through A. They are smoked off, so it's a little bit harder to push that. Yoru is not giving them that flash or entry that they need. And I think their hesitance could be their downfall, but maybe not. Psycho does get the duelist diff and takes out Loftek pretty early on. No nades for later in the round. Might not deter them too much.
Don't know if they need to know about where they're at.
Did see Joker take out Game Captain. Don't think the crawler did find David. It's just allowing them to stay unbreakable here. Does hear the door. Hears a lot of people moving on. Knows to calm. Bike should be going down soon as Tejo gets onto the site. She's going to go for the silent drop here.
Spike planted.
Kind of waiting. Don't need to push this up too far. Samchi's finding Seven Laney from Upper C. That flash coming out from Diabolic. Doesn't see the one who's hugging the rope.
Last player standing.
David looking away.
Swing def goes crazy this round.
Diabolic, instead of trying to find a pick, is just going to play to keep that rifle. I think a better situation, yeah, they're kind of all broke after this, and it would be nice to at least have one hero rifle on the board for the next round. Gonna be that detonation for Muskingum. Get that tie up and start making some big ways, maybe even an opportunity to find a lead here.
Well, with things tied up back onto the scoreboard, MU has a fantastic economy right now. The Vandals are forced for an eco round. I would say so.
Would as well. Would as well. I mean, who knows? I've seen better things come out of worse situations. So maybe this could be one of those situations where the Vandals make something of it. We are seeing a very aggressive push, holding the smoke in A main, though. Just blocking any movement from Muskingum. You see that boombot come out, and they know someone has to be there. And they're not going to want to risk it. You already see most of them going to Mound. Thinking might be a much safer play here, at least for them. Obviously, there are 2 down, but there's 5 of them. A lot of people getting scanned by that crawler in the... Oh, wow. Poison Orb to block him out from C main. Going to try and hit a 5-man rotate once again.
That might be a bit difficult to get on all 5 in the rotate, but we'll see how they're able to pull it off.
It seems like in a situation like this, like maybe it is a little bit safer to play the Death Bomb. Faking the rotate, re-hitting C. No one's really moved, but you do have David pushed up very far in lobby. You have the Tejo drone out, looking for David, not found. But the spike is way in the back of the rest of Muskingum. It could be really bad. Samchis can't hit those shots. Bomb's still not here yet. 10 seconds.
10 seconds left.
See that plant going down. Diabolic kind of stuck in Waterfall in the meantime. Only person with that rifle. Although we did get one on that entry, they're kind of the only person who can really stand a chance against everything else. See those salvos blocking movement out of Waterfall, having to push him back. Stall the plant just a little bit longer. Yeah, swinging that hard with a classic is a very interesting move. David does get one. but Muskingum does find a follow-up too, and it's going to be another round on the board for Muskingum, finding him that lead very early on in the half. A very good start so far. And not so much for the Vandals, obviously. After losing that third round, they just haven't been able to find the push that they needed to bring things back in their favor. But maybe this is the chance where they do it. Maybe things work out and turn out well for them here. It's tough to say.
Yeah, but the Vandals should have full chance to take back point here.
Team captain taking a lot of damage. I'm assuming from someone who bought a Phantom or got a very unlucky headshot. See the salvos trying to block the push a little bit. See the Armageddon. Some cheese exit door. Loftek helps find another. Some cheese takes out Psycho. Some cheese finds himself a third. And though 7 Laney finds that trade, game captain is going to find the follow-up to tie things back up for the Vandals. And I mean, yeah, literally like I said, we were just waiting for an opportunity to bring things back in our favor. It's, I don't know, I feel like it's still a kind of rough situation. Some of us still can't buy full shields. And some of us who can are dead broke right now. And it's a bit of a rough situation for sure.
I mean, what else can you really do? We're all just kind of just waiting to see, hey, what's the next step that's going to be happening? Can the Vandals continue to pressure the economy and the rest of the map? Will MU be able to fight back to the point to get and force Vandals into a bad economy? It's just... they're setting up the next steps for their victory.
Exactly, and you know they're still in a bad place. Obviously, Muskingum is doing a lot better. Has a bit of a rainy day fund saved up for the next couple of rounds. Game captain looking away a little too early. Oh, Mikey's and Psycho finding the first two too fast. I don't know what the motivation to check left was for. It hadn't been very long. I don't think they could have pushed up that far. But, you know, I digress.
Where is everyone hiding?
Looks like Muskingum is not going to go for the B push. Just going to find their way back through lobby. Make a quick end onto A. See 7 Laney already up at upper. And that's going to be a much harder time for them. Seeing the util thrown out of upper here. Seeing the crawlers from both teams pull out. See the Clove ult coming out. Some cheese taking out Mikey. Psycho taking out the trade. David finding the Clove. Looking for the third. David. Yoru teleported off. Psycho found that flanking Loftek.
Last player standing.
And though David was able to get Joker, he's going to smoke himself off. Hit the tap. Yes!
And
David
wins those with an ace!
With enough time to stick the bomb, get the defuse, and another round on the board for the Vandals. An excellent play, might I add.
Not worried about that for a second.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Oh boy, I was... Hey, and you know, what I've been noticing between this game and the last series with the new roster is that David is... I think we can kind of just deem him Clutch King now. Because I think something that David has become very good at so far is just he knows when he needs to lock it in, and when he locks it in, he is locking it in.
His stats are pretty good. He has great rotations. His gun plays on point. He is what we love to see on our Valorant team. Mind you, the rest of them are really good too. But David's my favorite.
This lobby smoke is really taking the piss out of Muskingum. Can we not say that word? Oh. Why not? Okay. Production has told me I'm not allowed to say that. That's fine. Loftek finds the raised diff, taking out Laney in lobby. Although my point still stands. You know, the smoke in lobby is making it difficult for Muskingum to push up. And they're never really sure what to do. You know, they do have a Yoru on their team, the only character on their team with the flash that they could be using to entry. But I digress. You know, I'm just a caster. I'm just here to watch. Game Captain finds one as Muskingum goes for the B entry, but Secrets is able to find that trade.
But we see that it is a 4v5, that easy
30
early
seconds left.
swing. Providing
Oh,
advantage
some
here.
cheese.
Oh, and some cheese does
Finding a nice
swap
one
out.
on Secrets, but the rest of Muskingum is able to push past that.
Now it is a 3v2. We do have a couple of ults up on the board. Your ult
Spike
could be
planted.
the key decisive factor here.
If they decide to press the X button.
Which
Again,
you
something
never
that I was pointing out before is that this Yoru isn't great or too adamant about using their util in some situations. Most situations, actually.
One enemy.
Nice!
Okay, Loft Tech.
Lofttech trying to find that follow-up on Cycle and just not being able
One
to.
enemy
Psycho! Oh, David knows to play this careful. Teasing him with the ult. But, oh my goodness, what are we doing?
They were also confused as to why Yoro ulted there. I have to assume it was a misclick.
Well, I mean, there could
Or
have
at
been a
least the
silly
way he
play.
released. At least the way he got out of his ultimate. Directly in front of his opponent.
Right in front of him. What
David,
I mean, like,
David had a
and
look of confusion
they
on his
initially
face.
had the right idea. You know, you pull the Bucky out. You already know this person's won. You already know the damage that you did
Could've
onto
just got
them.
around the corner and try and won the gunfight.
And David knew it's like, I need a peel. Especially once that Yoru ult came out, like, there wasn't too much aggression that they could have done. So, yeah, no, curious plays coming out of Muskingum for sure. But it's fine. You know, the Vandals are going to be able to capitalize on that, though. Find a couple points more on that lead. Okay, David, looking for another. Finds it. Looking for a third, doesn't find it. Obviously, everyone's a little obscured there. But, yeah, after already losing 2 in lobby, after a failed push, Muskingum's going to have to figure out something else to do. Now, Game Captain on a very heavy lurk. Looking for one. Joker's going to swing this. Sees the... Reveals his permission. Oh. Oh. Valentine! Oh, my goodness.
I was not expecting that to work. That seemed like a little bit of a mess there.
Well, yeah, and almost ulting and just deciding not to and then backing up. It's like, they're going to punish that. Now, David does see the 3 in spawn, decides to back up, decides it's not worth the push. Muskingum is still in a tight spot. You know, even though they took that lurker down, they just can't, they cannot do too much here.
30 seconds
Gonna
left.
see if they can push through B. Lofttech holding one side and Diabolic holding the other. This can't end good. Mikey's does
swing,
clear,
and
but
neither
Life
of them
Talk, oh my goodness. The Armageddon
who
coming
ults.
out to prevent the plant. The plant gets
Oh,
down
and it does hit
anyway.
Mikey.
Psycho now playing in main. Hitting the concussion to force him out, and David finding himself a 4K to
David
finish out the round.
David is
What
living
is
up
he
to his
doing?
reputation, absolutely demolishing his opponent.
Just straight carrying right now. I mean, he's found an ace, he's found a 4K. I'm pretty sure he found a 3K in the last round.
Tejo's just that good.
Some cheese is definitely finding a lot of OU out of his util. I do commend Mikey's for sticking that plan even with the Armageddon on him, but no matter if Clutch is in your username or not, still won't be David, man. Still will not be David. Going into round 10 here, seeing the Viper Pit open up off the bat.
They're really just saying, hey, you want to take C? That's not happening.
I gotta say, Diabolic's been great about holding this.
Okay.
Oh, some cheese
Somebody
finding a
gets a
very
double.
nice 2.
And he gets to set, he safely escorts himself out. We take those.
Yeah, I mean, like, Game Captain's just been able to hold that down. His Viper play is truly
Okay.
exceptional, but the gunplay is falling a little short from the Vandals. Joker able to find 2 with
5
that
HP
Guardian.
left.
Here's some footsteps in Waterfall. Game Captain knows.
See this
Or
slow
as its
rotation
own.
towards A.
See that crawler coming out to find a little bit of...
He's just a little guy.
mm.
But that tells David exactly where his opponents are at.
Well, there are way too many situations where I'm very much wondering if Psycho knows that he has a Q button on his keyboard. See David. Oh! Finding a very nice kill from behind the box. Traded through the Viper wall. TP going drop. Spike going down. And it's a 1v2 now for Game Captain. Did find and prevent the C push, but now has to clutch up the round. The bomb is planted for Tree.
Gonna try and tap it and draw the others to him.
Possibly. See the cam go down. See the gate crash. Faked. See the door faked. Game Captain knows. Oh, never mind. He did not know. Game Captain has been a little bit unlucky with the timing these past couple rounds. And that was another example, unfortunately.
Let's go.
He was like, I'm going to hold this. Surely they're going to push me. But by the time he tapped it, they were already at his head. Very unlucky.
The second tap, I think, was too much. But
He didn't tap once, I don't think.
He tapped
Did he?
twice.
Oh.
Once initially dream people over, and then the second they about to turn the corner, he accidentally tapped again.
He was
I
like,
think.
oh, their
that's when
walking
they
is
came
so
by.
slow. Are they even moving?
Yep.
Turns out they were moving. And obviously has to suffer the consequences for that. But the Vandals are still holding a pretty comfortable 2-point lead here. Gonna see Psycho with the Yoru ult. 7 Laney taking out Loft Tech from C main. There's no smoke there, so there's not a lot that's stopping him from, I guess, pushing. See the ult coming out from Laney and finding value, taking out Diabolic in Waterfall. See the boom bot. Oh, immediately find Game Captain. So unlucky.
Some cheese and David.
That's a bit of a rough situation.
Stall, but I don't know if they'll be able to do anything here.
Joker holding deep in the mound, throwing that trap, knows that somebody's there. Pretty sure the salvos are trying to hit main. Pushes some people out, but no one is going to die.
We see the Cypher smoke.
Last player standing.
Psycho taking out some cheese through the smoke. David's going to try and push this up. Can't find the kill, and Laney's going to find himself a 4K against the so far clutch master in this map.
And that was the first flawless round we have had so far. There might be more to come. The Vandals finally are able to do a full buy.
And I do credit Muskingum for keeping things as close as they've been able to, obviously, going into this next round with much better eco, but it's the last round of the half. Doesn't matter too much.
You go all out here. Hear me out. 5 Odins. Do it. Do it, MU. Do it.
Yeah, I don't think the Vandals would like playing against that very much. And plus, I feel like it could just be a risky, dumb play, especially when you don't have the point lead and you're trying to either
that could make
find the tie in the end of the half or, you know, give yourself a big disadvantage going into the next half.
6-6 to go to 7-5, and that is not something you like going into the second half. You're absolutely correct.
See a very slow push from Muskingum. David holding top of Tetris here. I do like the spot, although I feel like he plays it a lot. Yeah, it's going to displace him. And the salvos. And the raise nade to push him back further. Loftek is playing in Link. 7 Laney finding that kill through the smoke. Loftek still stuck in Link. Rest of the Vandals are a little late to the retake. Some cheese too nervous to drop here. Sees 7 Laney, still falls. Game Captain finally finds the trade, but maybe too late. Loftek finds Joker as they try and leave door. See the breach ult coming out onto site, and it should be enough room for the Vandals to stick the defuse, but Secrets finds a nice 2, looking for the third. Diabolic knows to play the time here. Almost sees the one through main, but doesn't know he's there. He's going to get flanked.
Secrets.
An amazing clutch from Secrets.
Secret getting an easy triple there. If
That
the
is...
Vandals had stalled a little bit more before popping around the corner and kept Secret stuck in there, I think they could have just continued the defuse. I don't think they needed to play that aggressive.
They didn't, and it's fine. It's easy to overheat in situations like that for sure. But I mean, like if you throw the util, you know they're blinded. You know they're gonna have to push a little bit back because of it. Either you get swung or they're gonna swing. And I think in a kind of fight or flight situation like that,
It's better to fight than to always flee.
well, I think again, like it ended up being an instinctual moment for the Vandals. They just, you know, weren't thinking with their heads on, and it happens. I think something that's been super awesome is I don't know which one between I think Game Captain or Diabolic are actually the IGL, but something that I've seen them be very good at is being able to kind of catch those quick mistakes early on and know how to counter-strat them for later on in the map. And so hopefully a situation like that doesn't happen again.
Out of charges.
I mean, it probably won't. We're on attacker side now,
Yeah,
so.
where they're going to be the ones who should be aggressing, playing with time, but we'll see.
Yeah. Loftek finding that nice timing.
We do have Spike.
Mikey's taking out Game Captain from that flank, though. You have the one at door. Gonna throw the paranoia out. David finding the one on Laney. Loftek not being able to finish it out.
Everyone is
Joker.
So low on HP.
Oh, wait. Yeah, Mikey's taking out some cheese. David finding that trade. But I think the site is open. Diabolic's kind of here. Joker finds the wall bang.
I don't think it was.
And it's not planted for them. It's, yeah, not a situation that ends up being in the Vandals' favor. The pistol round dropped for map 1 into the second half, allowing Muskingum to take that lead. Now, I'm
needed like maybe a second before that bomb goes off by secure point.
And it's really rough to watch that, especially because bomb wasn't planted for mound, so you can't exactly play there and shoot through the smoke to get anything done. And Joker, I think, you know, despite being on the bottom, it doesn't mean everything. You know, he's been really good about finding that timing when he needs it. And, you know, it continues to work out in his favor. Now, seeing those salvos pushed up very, very soon in the lobby, forcing quite a few people back. Laney going to be able to find a pick from a failed push from the Vandals and just continuing to shoot through the smoke to find anything.
Laney and Psycho are both looking those
Psycho taking out Diabolic. Mikey's taking out Loftek. Haven't bought Aries second round. Very curious. And once again, David trying to hold in the smoke and not being able to find the kill. I mean, is this the same person who killed him last time too? Laney just on it with that Guardian.
Even if you're the only one.
It seems like they like their precision-based weaponry, so I'd assume they're either like a Guardian or an operator fan.
Maybe. I will say, offense is not looking great for the Vandals already. Obviously, we're only into the first 2 rounds, but those first 2 rounds happened very fast. And having lost somebody on that A push, still not having people back to hold for the salvos. I mean, is once again going to be like another really bad situation for the Vandals, I fear. Game Captain is going to hold the salvos and maybe hold for someone who might push up, but doesn't seem like Muskingum's going to go for it this time. Laney takes out Loftek, Diabolic finding that trade, and I mean, I guess it's fine, but definitely not an encounter that you want to have this early into the round, especially when you're trying to play on a force. You know,
keep in mind though is it's raise for raise, so in terms of utility, it's completely nil. So I guess it's basically just 4v4. The rogue elements are slightly
screen down.
You have Secrets holding Outlaw on mound, looking for something possibly bound to find it as the Vandals make their way through mound. Still keeping things quiet. We're in close. A really bad angle is being held by Secrets right now. Swings, David dies. Secrets looking for another, stuck by the salvo, but doesn't actually take too much damage from them.
I mean, they're one tap.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, they're going to get a free rotate out through CT. Doesn't have the retap though, so...
Plant. Thank you, Diabolic. I appreciate
Planting
it.
very deep.
Spike planted.
Makes it hard for them to try and like shoot through a smoke in that area, but it also means that they cannot get free picks against them.
Which is proved to be problematic in the past. Who knows? Diabolic holding this out. Once again, timing. This Blossom's about to go down. Why is Joker just holding it? Okay. Game Captain finds the trade. Secrets is in CT. And shot in the ankle like Joe Swanson. No, he got his kneecaps shot. That's why he's in a wheelchair. That's what I meant to say.
Are you okay today, brother?
I'm a little out of it. It's fine. It's still the beginning of the week. I have a hot chocolate with me. Shout out Thomas Hammer.
I need a draw.
Also, shout out Monster Energy, our beverage sponsor for the Vandal Esports program. Perfect timing as the logo shows up on stream. Keeping our players and our staff energized as college students desperately need their caffeine addictions fulfilled. Secrets! Oh dear, Loftek taking out that first Secrets, finding some cheese. Playing up kind of early into the half still. This is only about round 4. It's a bit of a risky buy for sure. And already having taken a lot of damage, it shouldn't take much to get it off their hands. But who knows? We gotta kind of wait and let the round play out. See the Viper wall up from the Vandals. Trying to walk further in the door. See the drone come out.
The drone not able to get any information. But we do see Viper wall goes down, which means A long is available for sight. And
See
by
the
sight,
smoke
I
down
mean
there as
SIGHT.
well. See them looking at breakable. I think the Vandals are looking to NB, start shooting door, start trying to make their way through Link. You already have 2 in B main, have back sights smoked. You have Psycho pushing up into the smoke. See the Boombot coming in as well, but holding for it.
Spike planted.
It looks like Spike is being planted B. We have 2 in between C and B, and then
King
one
Captain
going
knows.
A long link.
Loftek taking out Secrets. Diabolic falling to Psycho. Or sorry, Psycho falling to Diabolic. And no 7 lane, he does find his one. He is traded out. Good
Loftek
pan
gets a
on the monster. Love to see it.
I mean, if you want to pan to a monster.
They're not putting us on cam.
Oh, what a shit.
But I mean, like a better round. Once again, like it was a really risky buy from Some Cheese considering, or sorry, it was a risky buy from Secrets considering they bought an up last round. Round 4 of the half, by the way, after having lost round 3. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. But
About the round or about that?
no, about the buy from Secrets. Again, having bought up after losing 3rd round.
It's a very risky strategy.
And now they're playing on a classic on their eco, which I guess they don't really care about. Oh, through the smoke, Secrets finds that kill.
Classic broken. Nerf.
Nerf classic, guys. Or buy the Scent classic. That's true. That's cool too. Rest of Muskingum trying to surround the site for the retake, but it seems like the Vandals have it pretty
I like
well
the game
held
captain flank.
down.
I like
Secrets
the game captain
hasn't
flank.
been able to find a rifle just yet. Game Captain knows.
Yeah.
Doesn't even
That's
wait
gonna
to
pull
clear
the
for
trigger on
anyone
this
else.
Ladies gonna go down.
Player
And
standing.
Laney, man. Secrets
Beautiful.
not being able to find the shots they need.
game captain's little flank there made that MU had to make their play the way they picked up even more. Beautiful rotation from him.
I think something that I've also liked coming out of the Vandals is that I think the role of Lurker has been rotating around since losing Dohyun. You know, Dohyun, I think, was kind of like the trademarked Lurker, and every time that we needed a lurk, you know, we had that. I don't know how I feel about a Sentinel lurking as opposed to a controller in this situation. But especially since Viper can kind of play a lot more hands-off on the site when setting up at the beginning of the round.
You're not wrong, but the way I view it is, as long as you do what you can before you start becoming the lurker, I think that enables you to be able to do it regardless of your role. He had
But that's
it,
why I think
he
that
has
works so well for
utility.
Viper.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, I guess, now that I think about it, also works so well for Cypher, who kind of just sets up at the beginning of the round and can just go anywhere else.
You put down your little tripwires, and you put down your smokes, and you're like, I'll trigger my smokes when I need to, and then I will chill and go for those flanks if I need to. Otherwise, your goal is information gathering.
Fair point. Meanwhile, see the Vandals going for a very slow push up through main.
I have the spike.
Pinging for a smoke, maybe? Or just pinging for a push. See the salvos in the breach flash out. Laney getting that kill on Game Captain. Game Captain. Also see the Armageddon on Q for... Or is it? Never mind. They were waiting for the push, and it doesn't seem like that button's going to get pressed. But the Vandals have to make a very fast rotate. Secret's already being able to read it, seeing if they're going to be able to find at least one going into this push. But, I mean, the Vandals got to make this very fast. 12 seconds. They aren't on the site just yet, but do start the plant here.
There we go. Now it is on MU to try and break the offense. Yeah.
Util thrown in the waterfall to push Psycho off a little bit. And boom, now we're seeing like big util dumps out of both teams. Saw the breach ult come out from the Vandals, saw the Raze ult come out. Diabolic finding that trait, or sorry, the pick on Secrets, who was holding that off there. See the Cypher ult coming out from Muskingum, which is curious. I think they already know that they're in the smoke. Are they going to push it? Diabolic finds that kill through the smoke. Psycho finds it. David and Loptech find their own in another round. I think to tie things up. Nope. Let's find a 2-point lead. I am way behind. But an excellent round from the Vandals. Not so much from Muskingum.
Struggling a little bit economy-wise, losing that off so soon.
I think it's going to end up being a situation I was very used to seeing Vandals fall into for a while, of the eco force rotation until you're able to break through. And sometimes you just end up bashing your head against a brick wall and busting your head open.
And you put yourself into a worse position because at first it might be a stone wall, but then it turns to concrete.
It's, I mean, just so far not as good for Muskingum as it's looked in the past. Obviously, we're able to start that half off with the lead, but ever since then, just haven't been able to find the ground that they needed. Last round would have been the perfect time to do that considering the economy, but now it just doesn't even matter. Joker not knowing how to jump swing, honestly. Me too. I can't even blame you, but is going to get punished for it all the same. Caught with his back to the crawler. See Mikey stun, throwing out his own drone. Seems like the Vandals are going to be hitting door. David only one hit by the crawler, but no one is pushing up with it. Just going to be a little bit of information that I think they would have gotten anyways.
I don't think we've even
Game Captain. Not with the trigger discipline. That's fine.
Go ahead.
Did kind of give them a rifle, so interesting.
Interesting Armageddon from the Vandals.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's a little bit of a gamble, and just nobody was there yet. Some cheese, for some reason, randomly throwing at this. Some cheese finding the... Whoa!
These are the Vandals working together to take down a opponent after opponent.
Wow.
All of them falling down to the might of the power of friendship and teamwork.
Or something.
Or the power of the guns they just found.
I don't know.
Something
I mean,
along those lines.
Again, it was supposed to be around that, you know, I kind of was expecting Muskingum to lose. Seeing Secrets on that op again, it kind of scares me. They haven't found too much success on it before.
They've gotten one pick out of it.
I mean, I think they're just trying to wait and see if someone will beat them C-long. Gonna see those salvos come out. Gonna see them pushing up the Tetris. See the salvos of the Vandals' own coming out. Ooh, two immediately fall. Very nice kills from Loptech and Diabolic alike. Game Captain taking out Psycho, which I think was literally the last person holding on. It's a 2v5. Now do have quite a few crit health people on the side of the Vandals, but I think it should be fine. We have enough room. We have the time. We're going to get the bomb down and already go for the post plant not too long into the round.
Spike planted.
I feel like in a situation like this, it might be better for Muskingum to save their rifles and guns.
Especially with how low on cash they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're not very liquid at the moment, you hear what I'm saying?
Clove, having spent a lot of money trying to get that op and light shields and whatever util that they could, and
In their defense, though, this is the first one they've got to keep an op, so...
that's true. But Vandals are going to be looking to get those guns off of them and give themselves a better opportunity to find success in the next couple of rounds.
You think they might try and go for exit picks here, but
Joker's really holding this box. Cam goes down. Munchies is being too loud, but it doesn't matter. He still finds it on
the op user.
Oh,
Yes,
David behind him.
Last second. No ops allowed.
Match point.
That is going to put them in a very great position for match point here. And I mean, so far, we kind of just held them at 8.
Yeah.
You know, Muskingum has just not been able to find the coverage that they need. They're going to force up as hard as they can here, but I'm nervous. It might not be enough. But, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, 3 Guardians and 2 Vandals isn't awful.
I've seen worse chokes.
Cutting through.
Sin versus MIBR, map 4.
They'll be lacking a little bit of utility. They won't have shields, but at least they'll have the gun power they have. Vandals okay.
That's true.
But also not a single one of them is pushing A, so
Yeah, I mean,
luck.
they were posted up for a second and they kind of just immediately left. They hurt the Yuto and you're like, you know what? Let's just not do this. I think that's a better situation. I think on a round like this, the Vandals, Muskingum might have an issue with getting a little too greedy, pushing up off that util. But
this round,
yeah, the
C
C rotate ended up working. Saw the Viper Pit coming out from game captain, got the bomb down. Now just playing off the post plant. Now Mikey's is going to be able to get at least one. But will it be enough? I mean, it's a 3v4 right now. Again, playing into that Viper Pit. Mikey's spotted indoors and Diabolic knows to hold for it. Psycho in that dimensional drift. Secrets holding some cheese. Hold the game captain. Clove hits. Loftech, I mean, did find the first, but might be able to time him out. Psycho does take out game captain though, and suddenly it's a 2v2. Loftech does find Mikey's, but Psycho's going to be on the bomb. The breachel to get them off and delay the defuse.
Loftech gets a quad.
I think the strongest play I've seen come out of Loftech in quite a while. That was very well done and a great way to end map 1. Dire Straits. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Anyways, a beautiful map 1 coming out of the Vandals, taking Muskingum 1-0 in the series so far. I'm looking for words to say, and I don't even know if I have anything to say. I mean, maybe it could have played a little better in some situations. There were definitely some parts in the first half where I felt that it was very possible that Muskingum could find that first map, but I think Lotus is a map that the Vandals have rehearsed really hard, a map that we're pretty good at, and I think from the second half performance could just be that no matter what's going on in first half for Muskingum, they just won't be able to find ground in the second half. They just aren't finishers. And that's fine.
2 notes. One of them is for MU. Stop letting Secrets force op every round. He lost all of his money and didn't keep it for a single round. He got 1 kill out of 8 ops.
I will say that is a very important thing to note, especially, like, obviously you want to have your best player on a gun like that, but even then, it doesn't matter if it's your best player. It matters on, like, what role they're playing and how they're playing. And obviously, putting the op in the hands of a controller, even one that can smoke beyond death, doesn't work out. It doesn't really work out, especially if they decide to get that pick and just leave. Then what are you going to smoke? Because you can't smoke anything else except for what's around your body, essentially.
And at that point, is it even worth it?
No.
No, it is not.
It's not. And
second
I mean, the Vandals, made that work for them pretty well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Secrets held up a pretty hard fight. I think there were some plays that just weren't as confident, especially as we kept going through the second half. You know, as Muskingum found themselves in that pattern of forcing and saving over and over again, they were just becoming more and more nervous about how to go for these plays,
and they couldn't get out of it.
And the Vandals were just able to capitalize that every single time. That was, I mean, it's been awesome to see this team develop on the way that they have. They've been getting just progressively better and better.
Especially David. David,
absolutely,
you are
David.
the man. You are the goat.
Having found some big clutches in the first half, that
I mean, he pulled off 2 quads and an ace. Like,
definitely was aura farming a little bit in the first half.
What else can you do against it? It just like doesn't make sense. Man's just that good.
We're gonna be seeing a very similar comp come out of the Vandals this time.
Is
Definitely
Astra
not
coming out from Laney.
Definitely
Yes,
not
there it
the.
is.
Wait, is this the split comp that we're used to? No, I'm thinking of the Haven comp. That's weird. But
This is a,
it's a very
bit
similar
different than
comp,
standard.
I think, except for the Tejo from last map. Some Cheese is going to be playing that Sky, and on the side of MU, things are definitely moving a little bit. You have Secrets on the Sentinel playing Cypher this time, and you have Laney on the controller this
And
time.
Joker went to
and
Breach.
Psycho, I mean, once again on the Duelist, as per usual. Doesn't have a flash this time, so... oh, well, they have the Breach. I was going to be like, no one really has a flash, but they have that Breach.
Yeah,
and
they
I
swapped
think
Cypher to a different. They swapped Cypher to a different person, and then the old Cypher became Breach.
And I think as Tejo is essential on Lotus, I think
As Tejo is essential on every map.
Breach. Well, I mean, not fully essential, but I think.
He's really, really good on all of them, but some that he's just
Well, I mean, it's
absolutely
just because
irreplaceable.
he's really good on
general.
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also like maybe certain comps just don't work with Tejo in them. Some maps just aren't fit for certain people. I think Tejo is a little different in the way that he's versatile, but metas don't change too hard, as you can see. I feel like I've been seeing a very similar comp from the Vandals and maybe other pro teams for like years now. So I don't know.
definitely know our opponents that we've fought have used very similar comps.
Now, seeing
Solid
Secrets
flash.
already back up out of heaven. Game Captain's also pushed up in mid. And the Vandals are actually just able to take site so
Lance.
quickly.
Lance,
No, they have to
Lance.
clear site first. Because if someone's on site while they're trying to plant, then they die.
Spike
And that's
planted.
another person that's is dead, man.
Lance.
Fine. Oh, very nice shot on the crawler
Fantastic reaction speed.
there. Loft Tech being able
They
to
just gotta
leave.
play
But
for
Secrets is going to find that pick on David.
And look, the Cypher
Look
alert.
at how many people are going through dirt, though. This is a great place to hold. Unless if they don't push up Mikey's nose.
Last
There's
player
somewhere
standing.
Joker finding himself too, and it's just some cheese here who is going to get one tapped and throw a very bad bird. I don't know why we kind of left sight there. I think it was to kind of
having
better
two
position,
people-
but you don't want to have to. You don't want to have to play post plant in a retake situation. You already have the bomb down. You don't have to back up off the site. At least not all of you.
I think they were just scared about the 2 picks that came out from Secrets, and they're like, I don't.
Well, I
think
think
we're
those were
confident to do the
earlier on in
35.
the round, no?
One was relatively early, but right as they were about to go for the swing, one of them got caught out alongside entrance to B site.
I mean, like, it was planted for main. They should have a couple backside and a couple main. I don't know why you would plant there and then not play in the place that you planted it for. Unless if it's like Ascent or something, but I digress again. I'm a caster, not a player. So, see the smoke come down. Ooh, from Laney. Is going to take a tiny bit of damage. Some
would you
Cheese getting
chase
a
there?
little too aggressive trying to find that kill.
What
You
is
know
going
what?
on?
We lost the first round. I think we're just wanting to run it down.
Spike down.
And honestly, I can't even blame
One
them.
enemy
This is
remaining.
kind of something that the Vandals
Psycho
like to
has
do. Where they just, like, if they lose first round, they don't even want to try second round.
I
Which is
mean,
fine.
I guess that's all right, but you could like try and
I'll
weaken their
charge it.
economy by making them get more weapons. You
Yeah,
could
I
do
mean,
things
picks
to
in
make
these
it easier
rounds.
for you.
Yeah, but then you find out that, like, they have a singer. And then half of their team was playing Judge, so good chance they're going to be playing in rat spots where they wouldn't be able to clear that with a classic or something anyway. So, I mean, It is what it is. It's fine. The Vandals are going to be on their bye now, looking to ruin the bonus.
Let's choke them.
Woo, for MU.
Hang in there. I know you took it out.
Wow,
Oh, see
a lot
her
of
come out.
util, very fast on the
Fantastic.
Psycho, very quick ramp control for the Vandals. See the salvo to delay the push just a little bit, but I mean, that's already a bad pick to have to suffer from.
What the dog do?
See the Hawk come out, Loftech finding Joker an elbow, looking for the second, and David finds it.
That just leaves 2v5, not a single point of damage taken by the Vandals.
What a fast
One
push!
enemy remaining.
Game captain!
Do we get a flawless? Yes, we do.
I will say, Game Captain does get a little bit too eager when he's hiding those trigger discipline spots. I think he needs to get a little better about that. But it keeps working out for him, so I'm not going to complain. You know, if he's still able to find the value, that's all that matters.
And it is definitely working, as you're saying.
That was so... That was a track.
I respect.
That is a play that was rehearsed
Yep.
over and over to find that
with some
execute.
cheese was beautiful on ramp control. Just, I'm up there, and you're getting double flash. Die.
Like, that was just so
Especially getting
lethal.
out Psycho so early.
Especially because I don't think that Muskingum was actually prepared to play against a push that fast. So now having seen that,
I know
you
I
know,
would be spooked if
they
they did something
gotta,
like that to me.
they kind of got to keep their finger on the pulse of the match. Like, how fast are the Vandals going to push it this time around? That's something they like to do. You know, they like to
They like play it
change the speed,
aggressive.
be a little dynamic, and you know that could end up being in their disfavor. I don't know. Only about 60 seconds left on the clock here. Game
No
Captain escaping
way.
with an
Game
inch of his
Captain
life.
wins those.
Joker finding that pick on David. Looking for the kill on Joker. Adding some pressure. He's pinched.
Yes.
And they
Joker
swing
can't handle all
7.
four.
Mikey's finding 2.
Spike down A.
Traded a little bit too late by Loftech. 7 Laney also found one of his own. Loftech has the spike and needs to make
And it's
something
time for
happen.
the long crawl towards B. If he wins
See
an upper
Secrets
heaven,
in heaven.
here,
Being a little loud. Secrets is
He's not
there.
looking.
Seconds left.
They're going to follow it up. See Laney playing in spawn as well.
Spike planted.
I mean, they got the spike planted at least, but I think they could have played more of the time they had available. That was... Yeah, they had 35 seconds on the clock. They could have absolutely spent more time waiting to try and bait out the enemy.
Yeah. What I was about to say is pretty much just a way more jargony way of saying what you just said.
You have time. Use it.
It's... I don't know. You don't really want to... Obviously, I understand you want to get the round finished, want to play for the post plant, but if you're not... You didn't clear. And that's why you want to clear sight. Or just clear whatever you're pushing into before you go.
Like,
you want to be able to isolate those
You needed to
1v1s.
clean up heaven first. That's what you needed to check.
Especially since Laney was all the way back in spawn. If they were able to get that pick off of Secrets while they were still in heaven, that could have been a much better post-plant round. Hopefully they'll be able to learn from that in their next clutch situation if it ever happens.
Psycho's ult coming out. Oh,
See
that's
the... Okay, well,
Okay,
7
we get a
Laney takes
trade.
out Loftech, but the trade is going to be found. That smoke character is going to be off the board for Muskingum for right now. And it
Astra ult being
should...
down is actually really impactful here.
Yeah, I mean...
It's Astra. It's Astra ult.
Especially, why am I blanking? Especially since, you know, the Vandals still have smokes of their own, so they can lock down the site and don't have to worry about being counter-locked down by the enemy smokes. Joker does take down
Play
some
for
cheese,
control.
trying to find a pick in ramps, though. It seems like a little bit of buddy system play is going on. Psycho trying to shoot through the poison orb. He's
Okay.
gonna see a lot of stuff going on real quick. David
Last
finding
player
2,
standing.
Psycho
He's
finding
behind.
2. It's just Game Captain on the lurk. Pull your gun out, my friend. Boom! Taking out
pulled
Psycho.
out ult and did not use it. And they live.
Where I'm from, we call that an Ajax. I don't know what you guys call it
David's
here,
pulling it.
but
We got the Odin. He's definitely going to change it back out for a Vandal, but I can hope. No.
why would you do that? I mean,
Odins are awesome.
I mean, that's true, but you got to play it smart. There's no reason to go for a play like that, especially because Odin's end up being more money.
Look, if they were super far ahead, sure. But not while they're definitely behind in points.
Hey, I will tell you about the last time that the Vandals pulled out Odin's. It was a time. It was a time, for sure. See that dog confirm Mikey's.
The Bucky goes
David taking out
crazy.
Secrets, an important pick to have, that informative util out, the bomb out. Loftech pre-firing the corner to force Mikey into a bad position. He's gonna fall.
And that goes for immediate plants.
Hawk finding contact. Joker and Psycho! What in the world is going on? Loftech finds 2. 7 Laney just left in tower on his lonesome. And some cheese is gonna swing it and kill him.
Another false round. I think the Vandals are starting to hit their stride this match.
These parasites
I
aren't
think after the last couple games that we played, we realized we needed to work real hard on our split play. Especially since split was one of the maps last week that just did not go well for the Vandals at all. So
and they've had a history of it not going well either.
Yeah, I mean, so far this season already, like Split has just been a really unlucky map for them.
It has been picked every single time so far in their matches, and every single time the Vandals have lost it. But today is where we break that streak, and then we don't ever get it back, right, boys? Right?
Vandals already trying to make their push through A. Meanwhile, Muskingum is kind of mid right now. It does allow most of Muskingum to play properly for the retake in a 5v5 scenario, but this might not end up as good as they hope. David is revealed by the crawler.
But I don't think anybody's bold enough to try and go for him.
Main isn't smoked.
And now he's out.
Oh, beautiful TP. I love it. Seeing more Yuto come out the breach ult to prevent the push. Team Captain Diabolic find theirs, but Psycho finds a 2. Secret swinging elbow.
It's up to Loftech. He could not buy enough time.
And it actually doesn't end up 2-0 for the Vandals. I mean, even with the breach ult out, it forced Muskingum up, which I think in that situation was not what the Vandals would have wanted. Just couldn't find the kills that they needed to get things done, and you know, lost another round. That's going to be the lead back in the hands of Muskingum from what has been a relatively close map so far.
Thankfully, though, the Vandals do have the money to go for another full buy before things get too crazy. It allows them to maybe go for a redemption play here.
Possibly. Obviously, Muskingum is still playing by the skin of their teeth, having just won a pretty cheap round.
Especially with Laney being put to share. But it doesn't matter, I guess.
Oh my god. Okay. Psycho just satcheled himself in the mid and got that nice pick. Ooh.
The spray doesn't work, but Psycho does get a triple.
Spike down A.
That's concerning. Some Cheese was able to find himself one, but I mean, Psycho has actually been locked in. I guess it just goes to show, you know, some people just have not great maps. And how's the situation, Psycho? I think not so much this time. Yeah.
Looks like
lead
MU is
confirmed.
going to go ahead and get themselves into a very good position here.
That is rough. Seeing the timeout come out from the Vandals in a situation they've been losing quite a few rounds and just don't exactly know where they're falling short, especially since the collapse that came out of Muskingum was a little quick that time. So you know, taking some time to pull back, re-strategize, and I think that's important. You know, I'm glad that they're taking the time to kind of pull themselves out of that. And sometimes a timeout might not be for the team who called it. It might be for the enemy team. Throws their momentum off and makes it a little bit harder to find the following footing that they need for the rest of the map. But we kind of got to wait. You know, Muskingum does have that 2-point lead. The Vandals have to look for an opportunity to bring it back into their favor. Or else they might just, you know, end up losing the whole half.
Just from them struggling to deal with the repeats of it'd be basically them being in the same position they put MU last map. With just force buy, lose, bad round, eco, force buy, and then just all of a sudden, you're at the end of the match, end up being like 13 and 7. And that's not what they want to have see here.
But I don't know. I'm hoping that things are starting to shake up in this half for the Vandals, especially after that timeout. It's like most of us are going to be going mid. You have David holding main for someone who might ego that. Secrets being a little loud and placing not my favorite trip in the world.
Grenade!
And even so, just the utility spam coming out so they can try and force some sort of push onward, but
Satchel out.
Seeing an interesting satchel come out of Loft Tech. Secrets invent.
Oh, no.
Psycho's coming out with their own ult. See the breach ult coming out. Oh dear. Oh dear.
no breach ult, no cypher ult, no raise ult. MU is really making sure that they win this round.
That is rough. A 3v5 situation now for the Vandals with 50 seconds left on the clock.
But Game
See
Captain
the
does have
salvos
control
in
of A
mid.
site.
Maybe they're going to try and ego that. See the Omen ult. Game Captain taking out Laney, allowing David to get that bomb down in the snake pit to lock down the site for the retake. You also have Diabolic on the flank.
He is unable to keep up with David's ult, which allows him to get quickly onto the point.
Shadows traveling.
This is how it ends.
Oh,
See the
there's
Armageddon coming out. Oh, Mikey's finding David for the trade. Game Captain not finding anything, having to slow things down a little. Game Captain taking out Psycho. Is stunned by the concussion, but not pushed. Diabolic's making quite a bit of noise in main.
Trying to make sure nobody's able to see through this.
remaining.
Oh, and Game Captain
Shoot-
is not
shoot
pushed up
Diabolic.
far
Player
enough.
standing.
MU finds the stick.
Unfortunate.
Gets the defuse.
But the Vandals should have ruined their economy, at least to a degree.
Well,
But
not
that
really.
is- not really. They do
They
get
have a
win
couple
money.
rounds.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but they're going to slowly whittle away at what remains in their reserves.
Let's absolutely hope so. Let's
All that was
absolutely
that the
hope
Vandals
so.
definitely need to have a break in their financial woes.
Going astral, guys.
Oh, woes.
Let's let's just continue to see. I can't say anything too definitive yet. Obviously there's 3 rounds left in the half. 3 more rounds Vandals have left to bring things at least into a tie as last map went.
Camera
Hopefully
taken
make
out.
things a little
I've
bit
got
better
your
for them
trail.
into the second half. So far, both maps really have been relatively close, but it just doesn't look as confident in this first half as it did in the second half from last map.
But this might be the break they need.
Fire in the hole!
Oh, there we go.
See the one come out from Loft Tech. David taking out Laney. Smokes for the retake gone. Psycho finding a nice one on some cheese.
Both the duelists trying their best to show them what
Last
it really means to
player
have
standing.
a
Diabolic
title.
taking out Psycho. It's just Mikey's
Diabolic, look.
bomb
Oh, he
tapped.
revealed his position.
Oh,
Yep.
David from, was that Heaven? Yeah,
Was from heaven.
a good round from the Vandals and a rougher round from Muskingum, but they're finding the coverage that they need to get their economy down. Only issue being is, the Vandals aren't too great economically either. They need at least another round to be able to bring this into their favor, but it's looking pretty much exactly as it did a few rounds ago where the Vandals had lost, I believe, in round 5 and just could not find the footing that they needed for a while. The roles are reversed now, obviously. Muskingum not having that eco to play with might end up being a dire situation later on.
No
Cheese!
way the salvo
What are we
takes down
doing?
cheese. That's one of the easiest abilities to dodge.
I mean, you can just sit and jump in it, man. Oh, Secret's finding a nice one. Traded out by David, but the
That's
numbers
not
are
worth it.
still uneven. Having that controller down, especially one that's able to lock things down as hard as Viper, is a little bad. Game Captain's been playing pretty strong, and I'm nervous about how that turns out, but maybe the other controller is able to fill. David does find that nice pick onto Psycho to even out the numbers for the Vandals. Rest of Muskingum is going to try and make its way slowly back to A7 lane. He sees the barrel of Diabolic's guns. Here's the footsteps into elbow. Laney gets quite a bit of damage. Should have enough time to get the bomb down. A lot of utils on their side. Loft Tech being able to take out Joker. Just one in screens and one on main. And
Enemy remaining.
Loft Tech able to
Loft
carry the one in screens. Leaves Diabolic to leave Laney on point, who they're able to finish off and take
Last
that
round
round.
before the switch.
Last round needed to either finish the half in an acceptable score or to tie things up for the Vandals.
I have to say, if Ray's grenade could do damage without exploding by just throwing it at a person, they would have definitely given 7 Laney a concussion with that grenade. That was aimed right for the noggin with a lethal precision. I don't think that's allowed. I don't think that's allowed. Just clunk.
Off your feet!
See the Breach ults coming in to let the Vandals go for the entry. See the Raze nade coming out. Block a push. Mikey kind of pushing up an alley. Dirt's going to clear him.
Spike planted.
Or Dog's
Spike
going to
has been
clear him.
planted. All they have to do is maintain
Game Captain
position.
takes out Secrets from Heaven. The Boombots kill each other, I guess. That's funny.
As they do.
Diabolic takes out Mikey's, but we're also going to see that wall coming out from Laney.
Like
Should
taking
kind of
down
help.
Loft Tech.
But will it fully? David finds
Okay,
himself
David.
too.
Just
Diabolic
just-
finding the last to finish out the half, even for the
Just win
Vandals
those, I
versus
guess.
Muskingum.
Come on. What the?
Switching sides.
What?
I mean,
I'll
that
take
was
it.
very
I'll
well
take it.
played, and I think the snowball that the Vandals were starting to find was just kind of getting into the heads of Muskingum. But now we're going into the second half. Things don't matter as much anymore. They matter, or at least from the first half, you know? The score is already set. It's kind of like it's back to 0-0, but less rounds. You need
And
a
then the
little bit
Vandals
more
are-
oomph to
And the Vandals
make...
are on their defensive side, which is what they prefer, which means theoretically, the Vandals should have the advantage here. Especially on a map such as this that has been so pre-established in terms of strategy.
Let's indeed hope so. Let's indeed hope so, Overlord.
Don't scare me like that. You can't say that, man. You're gonna give me spooks.
See the Hawk finding quite a few. Okay, Diabolic finding the one on Laney. Bobbing up and down on the ropes. Vandals just getting ultra uber aggressive.
That is something I have
David
to say
hearing
that
quite
was
a
especially
bit
shown
in
last
mid.
week, is that when the Vandals are on defense for these first rounds, they play like they're on offense. They are willing to rush your spawn point.
Have a lot of Muskingum going towards B lobby now. You have one in mid. Do you have the Uto coming up to clear? See the dog getting shot in dirt. Secrets takes out some cheese. Game Captain swings Mikey. Able to get that ghost off. You also have the flank in garage. Secrets takes out Diabolic. Game
There we
Captain
go.
takes out Secrets for the trade, allowing the Vandals to get the defuse and the pistol round win the second half.
And then they can go ahead and take these ghosts, try and go for a secondary win with maybe some stingers for the rest of the team. And then from there, build up the economy they need to be able to get the rest of their equipment before things get too slice and dicey, if you know what I'm saying.
But obviously things aren't over just yet. Only the first round in the half has completed. Still got a lot of ground to cover for the Vandals, who are coming so close. Wow, sorry. Coming
you
so
sleepy?
close. Dude, this room makes me so tired. These fluorescent lights, man, they do not work well with my brain.
The gentle hum gets to you.
Vandals once again kind of around. Muskingum taking that bomb B, maybe? pretending as if they're going to walk up through mid, maybe waiting for the orb to go down.
No, they're going through mid. I think they're going to try and go for a push here.
Yeah, I mean, a very aggressive exit from some of them anyway. Diabolic having to peel just a little bit. Game captain on a very nice flank, though.
He's just
waiting on
for
his
them.
timing.
If he can get the right timing down, he can single-handedly make this play work.
You heard them enter hall.
Okay, game captain, now it's your time to move. You need to be able to react on a dime if you need when the time is ready.
Oh,
his
David!
lady beats him there.
Oh, secrets! What's going on? That's a rifle in the hands of Laney now. Although a lot of Muskingum are at pretty low health. Yeah, there we go. Some cheese taking out Laney.
One,
Mikey's
two,
also falling.
three.
Three for some cheese. Looking for the
Cheese
third.
didn't reload.
Not finding it just yet. Gets right-clicked in the face,
Last
but
player
does
standing.
give the Vandals enough time. No, never mind. Gets
Secrets
double
goes
swung
ahead,
there. I
gets
didn't even know
things taken
Secrets
care
is
of.
still alive.
So,
Yeah, those three
if
crit
I
players
have-
were
if
used
I
for
have any
bait.
notes, reload your weapon before you go for the jump. And if you do go for the jump and you're able to survive, heal yourself while you reload.
Well, some cheese is Sky and can't heal himself. He can only heal his teammates.
Well, then at least finish the reload.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Wanna
There's plenty
reload
of
it
things
behind
he could
natural
have
cover.
done.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Back 7-7 now.
If he wanted to, he should have put a ring on it.
Honestly, still in favor of Muskingum, who's going to be able to go into this round buying real rifles, while the rest of the Vandals are going to be playing Sheriffs.
Things are currently really, really even.
See a little bit of gunfire exchange through main. See Psycho satcheling up through ramp. Pushed off by that snake bite, but still getting that pick off. Boom. Psycho knows there's two. Takes game captain out and waiting for some cheese to cross him. Throws the nade in a very nice spot. One that I don't think... Oh, no, never mind. He's able to survive.
Forever much
But-
longer is the real question.
Yeah, especially for Diabolic, who's sitting at
Enemy
an
remaining.
inch of his health.
They
Psycho
tried.
almost found that ace, but Laney's
For
going to
an
be
eco
able to
round, they're
finish
not
it
gonna
off.
be able to win anything there, sadly.
Then, Papaja, if you compromise your position,
Now this should be rifles on the side of the Vandals.
Yep.
Having to play against that
And then they need to
devastating
win this
round
round.
for last round after the big bye.
All
It's-
they know is the Vandals are in a rough position here.
But not over until it's over, as we know. I believe we kind of took it back from 6-8. So anything can really happen. The game is not over
You're not wrong.
until the victory or defeat screen is up. So
The game isn't over until Ray sings.
Secrets
Okay.
holding the flank, but not being able to get his shots off. Falling the game
Time
captain.
to party!
Seeing Psycho
Trades, but Psycho does
kill
die.
themselves, as well as David and Joker finding a pick on the loft tech. Still going to be enough time to get the Vandals to plant, though.
Gives them what they need. The Vandals have to win this here. Oh, Laney
7
does get the
Laney
shot off.
just having the better shots here. Some
Okay, Laney
cheese.
goes
Wow, the cabbage is coming out.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh,
Okay.
some cheese taking out
And we get
Joker.
a defuse.
Finding the round now for the Vandals.
This is what we like to see.
Being able to start bringing things back into their favor. That is very nice to see.
I agree.
Yeah. And now we are back up 8-8. And, I mean, these teams cannot just stop tying each other. You
Which
know,
means-
one finds round, other finds two. Now we found another round. Maybe we find two, obviously. Oh, wait, no. We're playing on kind of bad economy. Although, another round out of Muskingum, and we might be able to find that lead.
I will say this. I would rather be really close than one side completely stopping the other. It's what gives this game its tension. It's what makes this game have its interesting moments. Is if all of it was just 13-0s, there's no point in watching once
Yeah.
you see the first round.
Cover going out.
And that would be an absolute shame to see.
Cage
Man,
three.
I love Monster.
Shouting out Monster Energy for being a leverage sponsor for the Vandal Esports program. Psycho taking out Lofttech in a pretty poor engage.
I know
Trying to jump
exactly
peek that
where you are.
with a
Oh,
Bucky while
early
the enemy
Cypher
team has the
is
rifles.
not going to be ideal here.
You see the Snakebite coming out. Mikey's taking out game captains. Some cheese does take out Psycho, but Joker finds the trade and should give Muskingum enough room to get that bomb down. Now, both David and Diabolic need to find opportunities to separate these 2v1s. You know, they're
don't
not
think they'll
great
be able to,
situations for them to play in. If they want to find success in this round, they're going to need to find picks.
Last player standing.
Yeah, Diabolic
Diabolic
taking
but-
Joker and Laney and Secrets finding those next two.
A nice
Take
teammates
another
from
round.
MU, but that was such a precarious situation to be in. I don't think there was any way for them to separate them into just 2v1s. There were just so many lines of angles. They were covering each other so well.
It's been hard to watch so far. I mean, obviously, it's good that the competition has been close. Muskingum is showing that they are not just here to party. They're
Although
running
they
it
are
too.
here- although they are also here.
They
to
are
party.
also here to party, though. That is true. Hopefully, the outcomes of this round are looking a little bit better. Obviously, the Vandals have buys, feeling a little bit more comfortable. Some cheese.
Okay,
finding a
Lofttech.
very late pick in the Secrets.
How did he see him there?
It's Lofttech, man.
He is just that good.
He just knows. He's a knower.
Has the game sense, the knowledge, the sheer will.
Have David holding heaven for main here. Now, going into round... do I know math? 20? 20.
This is not round 20.
No, it'd be 18, so 19. Yes. I do not know math. Can you believe I'm in college, guys?
17.
No. It's always whatever the score is plus 1.
Yeah, so it'd be on round 18, not 19. You said round 19.
I did. I don't know. I'm too tired for this, man.
Don't worry, I got you. There's a reason I'm a math major.
But already having
I
that
love my
pick
life!
so early. Oh, as well
30
as the
seconds left.
Astra Wall. And having wasted so much time on the clock here, I mean, Vandals just...
You're going to just do whatever the heck they want right
Spike
now.
planted.
Yeah, I mean, they can just have complete control over this. Some cheese able to take out Mike. You see the breach ult coming out to clear the rest of MU off of the point. Psycho waiting for someone on dirt.
There we go.
Traded out by Some cheese. It's just Laney in main. Has to look away from the flash. Does find
Laney
one.
almost gets the double. That would have been absolutely absurd.
But another round on the board. Now it's going to be round 19.
I have to say, that was so mean. The breach ult going through Astra Wall.
I
I couldn't
mean-
even hear it coming.
But you know what? Considering that we kind of play a lot of teams who don't ult, this is great. Like, we've been finding a lot of valuable breach ults out of Diabolic today. And I think the best of situations, you know, when you're playing against an Astra Wall, there's no use in trying to play it normally, you know, just flashing at it, things, swinging
'cause
things
at that
blind.
point, you're just not going to be able to do anything. You're just going to end up dead.
Using the breach ult to push him off of point just pretty much allows you to immediately take control.
Don't get in my way.
Okay, Diabolic found 2 on that Drudge. Very
he
nice.
gets out?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
he's really like that.
He just
Some cheese
He
steps
gets away
out
with
of
it.
vents, holding
he
that
can't
box.
keep
Mikey's
getting away with it.
not too sure how to push this. Some cheese should get cleared here, even if he is in a pinch. Stepping out. See the dog come out to clear.
They do
Boom.
see them there. They do
Sees
see
at
them there.
least one in vents. Rest of Muskingum deciding to try and take things through vents.
All
Maybe
missiles
go for the
away.
full commit. See the salvos, never mind. Re-hitting Heaven. David making a little bit of noise. They know he's there. Some Cheese is
matter if
kind of
they
just
do anything
holding the
about it.
site. The rest of his team is coming back for the retake very soon. Some Cheese swings Mikey's as they try and get the bomb down. And takes out Laney and takes out Secrets. A nice 3K.
That's what we do.
Very, very nicely played. I mean, wow, that's just great. I love that. I love how we played that. It's going to confirm the lead for the Vandals now. And hopefully put us in a situation where we can kind of just keep working our way up from there. Obviously, Muskingum has to save. Their economy isn't looking too great. Meanwhile, the Vandals, although their economy isn't looking too great either, are at least comfortable enough to, you know, buy rifles and utility and put themselves in a comfortable spot for this round. You know, Psycho did already see the utility from the Breach, who should be on site. Here, at least 2 pairs of gunshots. Psycho pushes in. Diabolic takes out Joker. Laney takes out Diabolic for the trade. Secrets takes out David, who I think was playing with the Stinger for some reason. But it should be a, wow, great lineup. Wait a minute, never mind. That, wait, no, that's our Viper. Yes, Game Captain found a very nice lineup to prevent that play.
One,
oh,
two.
Some Cheese
Let's
with a
go,
very
Some
nice
Cheese.
2. See the cabbages, gonna overheat. Very proper.
We do have
Loftek
the Raze ult on
pulling
standby.
out the Raze ult, shooting basically nothing.
Ground.
The Armageddon does come out. It does stop
The
some
blade to defuse for a little bit, but not long enough. Loftek hit your shots. Aimlabs is free, my friend.
Why are you so mean to him?
Mikey's
He's just
finds
doing
one.
what he can.
What are we? Hello? Production, we got any thoughts on that?
Chaos.
Cinema.
Chaos. Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's 9-11 right now in the favor of the Vandals. Once again, Muskingum will be buying rifles, spying up to make things as even as possible. It's still been a very rough match for them. Again,
I mean,
like
it's
second
really
half
close.
is just not their half. They're not great finishers, and that's fine.
It happens to the best of us. It doesn't happen to me because I'm not the best, but...
Game Captain takes out Secret. Psycho finds David holding Rogues. Game Captain finding a little bit of damage on Psycho.
It's not enough. And Plant will go down.
Gonna have Joker holding Heaven here. Just a lot of people. Loftek taking out Mikey's. See at least one drop some. She's gonna get that heal for Diabolic. Put them in a better spot. Psycho, however, is kind of playing below half on crit. 7 Laney taking out some Cheese in. Game Captain traded a little too late. Psycho finding a trade. Or sorry, I'll pick on Loftek.
Is Diabolic.
It's just Diabolic.
And he whiffs.
Very rough, but it's fine. The Vandals still feeling pretty comfortable. I think having another round to buy. Maybe not some Cheats. Some of us
I need a
looking better than others. For sure.
UIB fam. Good.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Me neither. I'm a little concerned,
I think
but it's
we
fine.
all
It's still
should
close.
be.
We still have the we still have the lead. We have the Omen ult for information if we want to go hard on that flank, which maybe knowing David they might want to. See Psycho throw that nade into nowhere. Or was trying to clear for anyone who might have been holding the box, but no one was there, so ended up being kind of wasted. Okay, David at least found one, but traded out by Secrets. Going to be allowing Secrets to get that neural theft out.
Spike planted.
But Spike is planted. The
Once
Vandals
again?
are in a same state they were previously. Don't do for it, Loftek. Don't go for it.
Psycho! Drop
How
it
did
right in.
Psycho lose those?
He dropped. That's what happened. Diabolic took out Joker. Secrets from backside took out Game Captain. The salvos are going to block the push a little bit. Oh, Secrets with that nice quick scope. Looking for another shot. Loftek.
Enemy remaining.
Mikey's.
Come on,
Only
Loftek, you
needs
win
one
these.
more and
Oh,
finds it
come
concussed. Some cheese in distraught.
Oh,
Having
that
lost a
was
round that was right in
rough.
their favor.
They should have had that.
They should have indeed, but now things are tied up once again with Muskingum having the favor once again, having the money, having the buy, having the opportunity to take the map. Or at least bring them closer to overtime.
But this is not the position we wanted to see, losing 2 rounds in a row, leading up to what is almost ostensibly match point.
Cage trigger.
There you see they're starting to do a quick rush onto A. All the Vandals are they gonna all go for a flank through? What?
Well, you know what? Listen,
I think I like
because
this.
I saw Muskingum do this. I think last half.
But
guess who's holding it?
Secrets is holding it.
Secrets! Finding 2.
Finding 2.
You want to fight?
But there is now a Vandal for the Vandals.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether or not they can retake, especially with the Astral Wall up, is a whole nother question.
Oh, that's just so bad. That's just...
I
Why? What is Laney looking at there? That is my question. Loftek hit by the paranoia and hit by the breach utility. Salvo locking any push from Elba. David's gonna be walking it up. Diabolic does find Joker. Looking for another. David takes out Mikey. 7 Laney.
One enemy remaining.
Oh!
He almost had
finds
it.
those last 2.
His secondary
But David
swap was
even
too
then
slow.
didn't have the
Match
time.
point.
Although here's another issue I'm finding. Everybody on Muskingum died. Well, okay, I guess it's not really that big of a deal. It was match point. The Vandals were on their save anyway. So now they're kind of just looking for an opportunity to bring things into overtime. Definitely, I think, a much closer score on split than what I had been seeing these past couple weeks. So, you know, obviously some great improvement. We saw some big plays out of the Vandals in the first half. Saw some even bigger plays at the beginning of the second half. But just not finding it. I think that Muskingum has kind of woke up. They figured out
ready and they're
that
here
the game
for
is
blood.
not over. And just going to continue running it up, knowing that. The Vandals only have the Omen ult for any kind of information.
Which I don't know if this is a place for
Mikey's
me to use
takes
it.
out Game Captain. Traded out by David and screens. You have some in elbow. Joker takes out David trying to leave.
One enemy
Laney
remaining.
finds 2.
Right there.
Just Diabolic in a 1v3 situation in a post plant.
It's
See the
possible.
flash out.
Team A.
Never
Oh,
mind. Secrets got
finished out by Secrets. A close map for
You know
the
what that
Vandals.
means?
Unfortunately, just not able to find it. Muskingum is going to be able to force that map 3.
Yep. Honestly,
Which
I
I
wasn't
actually don't know.
expecting this coming
I didn't know what the map picks were. But I mean, damn, that really is unfortunate for the Vandals. That one round again that they should have had when they still had the lead, where Mikey's found that kill while completely concussed. I think that knocked. I think that was the game. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that it was
It
what
put the
decided
Vandals
the
in
game
such
for the
a
Vandals.
Poor spot, and then their mental immediately down the pooper.
Or I mean, I don't even think the mental. I think they just, I think they just found the momentum. I think they just, Muskingum just found the momentum that they needed. I'm sure that the mental at that point was feeling okay, but you know, Muskingum's mental probably wasn't there for a little bit, and as they started finding
like,
the pacing that they needed.
This is the play we're going for. We have the confidence to pull this off, and it just eventually staggered into, oh, we have the money to do crazy things. We have ult advantages. We can go for these really aggressive plays, and the Vandals just weren't prepared for it.
I mean, it's what it is. Obviously, map 1 felt a little better and made my prospects feel a little bit better about map 2. I mean, especially
map 2 was
since
incredibly close
some of the
still.
rounds that we saw come out of the Vandals during map 2. It kind of just all fell apart later on. but it's fine. Hopefully, as we find ourselves going to Pearl, we're
It'll be
able
the
to
determination of whether or
correct a
not
lot
we
of the
win this.
mistakes that we didn't do great on in the last map, and hopefully take it. You know,
Yeah,
last
I agree.
our CVL match over the weekend was won at map 3, and hopefully
We do the same here.
we do the same here. Yeah.
And I know that the Vandals have a good bit of practice on Pearl. Because I want to say this
For
is
sure.
their secondary map pick, because Split is not theirs. Split is not the
Yeah,
map pick
no,
for the Vandals.
and
They
it's
do
been picked
not
against them,
like it.
but they know that they're probably going to have to play it a lot.
They're
and
going to have to play pretty much
have
every time.
definitely been, trying to practice it a little bit better, but definitely just maybe it's not there yet. There were a couple things that just didn't fall into place in the way that I think they hoped, that I certainly had hoped, but it should be fine. Until map 3 though, I'm gonna go on a quick break. Go get some water, go get a snack. If you have to use the bathroom, please go do so. Go get yourselves energized with the help of our brand sponsor, Monster Energy. And we will be right back. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentle days, viewers of the UIdaho Esports Twitch channel. My name is Kaz. I'm joined here today by Overlord, bringing you some Valorant action. Our varsity team tonight is playing against Muskingum University in New Concord, Ohio. And so far, the series has been pretty tense. We're in map 3, had a very nice win, 13-8, I believe, on map 1 Lotus, and an unfortunate loss 11-13 on map
Split.
2 Split.
And that means
and now we're going to Pearl.
into Pearl. Map 3, winner takes all. And I can tell that both teams are really, really nervous right now. Any mistake could cost them this match and lower their rankings on the leaderboards.
Well, I mean, the Vandals are already 0-2 in the season so far.
Which means we could raise our standards, actually.
Yeah, which I think...
But we're not the only
that's what
people who
this
went
map-
0-2 thus far.
Well, yeah, that's true. But, I mean, even then, I feel like we shouldn't be 0-2.
We
and
should
I
not
don't
be.
think the Vandals think that they should be 0-2 either.
We
And
should
I
at
think
least
the
be
first 2
1-1.
series that... I think the series that we've played so far have just not been our greatest performances so far.
Especially the first match we had, I think we should have won on Pearl. We fell for a lot of cheese plays, and then the later rounds, they just did not have the mental capacity to keep on going, and it just led to an unfortunate set of circumstances. But we do not let that happen again. And I think we're running the same comp we did week 1 for the map.
Yeah. Actually, is this not the Sen comp? The Astratejo Fade Yoru Vice. I think this is the Sen comp. I have to double check.
I think.
But
Was
I
it
think
Vice?
this is the comp.
No, yeah, it was because I know we had Vice and.
Because typically,
yeah.
what it is that I remember is that you have Zelsis on the Vice, you have
I think
Zekin
the
on the
only
Yoru, you have John QT on the Tejo, or Narrate.
Wasn't David on Breach, though, when we were last on this map?
I
Could
think
have
so,
sworn
yeah.
he was on Breach.
So,
Okay, we're
at
teleporting
this time,
straight
we're
towards point.
changing from an entry initiator to an informative initiator with the help of Faith. Does kind of mean that we have to rely on Yoru flashes. Hopefully that we're going to be able to rely on those better than Muskingum were in first map. Who knows? I don't fully remember if this was our decider in the first series of the season, so I'm going to say this is my first time seeing the Vandals play Pearl this season.
We have seen them play Pearl map.
Was it
From
was it
week
that
1.
first series?
In the first maps of the series, Pearl was the last one in the first HUD.
On the what?
So we're currently on.
No, on the first series of the season against O&U.
Yeah, they were on Pearl.
30 seconds
For
left.
third map?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't remember.
Because remember, there was the last play where they had the 2 Astral Walls come up, and then
Oh yeah,
and
on
then David
B.
got kind of executed from the crate spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
that
a rough
Yeah.
round.
Nope, it's back to me now. Now the Vandals are
I'm-
running out of time, kind of ran down the
10
clock
seconds
I'm
pretty
left.
glad
hard.
I can remind you of the bad memories.
Oh yeah. Hopefully we're gonna
Spike planted. We
Be a
should
little
be
bit
able to
better.
get this, right?
well, Psycho does
I need to stop talking.
find a pick. All we have to do is just play for the post plant. Or do that. David getting a lot of damage on the
One
secrets.
enemy remaining.
David
Okay.
finishing him
It's just
off.
Joker. And there's 3 holding down that one spot. Joker
You
cannot
guys
approach
don't
from that
need to
position.
overheat.
Take your time.
Yeah, I see Loftek taking quite a bit of damage here. Everybody's one would be really bad. The salvos are going to force him out, though.
Oh, he's not watching his
Yeah.
other corner. He just didn't have the manpower to watch both angles.
A good, it was a pistol round.
Yeah.
It was a pistol round for sure. I was gonna say good. I wouldn't call it great. I wouldn't call
works.
it bad either, though. Obviously, we won it.
And it was pretty close. I mean,
I do
all
like
the
that
Vandals are
plant
really low.
as well, especially if you're able to bait them all to. I
love
think
that
that was
spray.
Link, right?
Yeah, it was-
That's a really common spot to be played on Defender for retake, and if you're able to plant that and just prevent people from pushing it too hard,
And
I think
there's not
that's
a real lot
just
you
such a
can
free
do in
post
there.
plant.
Yep.
Locating target.
Because you get great flashes in there because there's so many. You can't react to it. You have great smokes because there's only the 2 ways in and out, and then you're just either stuck from heaven having to worry about it for an angle, or you're just ousted. That's literally it.
Now, see a lot of util being thrown on the side of the Vandals and a lot of damage as well. Secrets healed up after taking a bunch of damage. Oh, it's because the tether is decay and not damage. I'm stupid. Oh, Sumchi's looking away at the wrong time, but it doesn't even matter. Game Captain is there to find the two. Psycho does find two of his own, though. Is pretty lethal on that Sheriff, as we know. Much of the Vandals are going to have to back up towards Street. Psycho pushed out of position by the salvos. The fuse delayed
there we go.
as well. Psycho
Psycho
finding four, but traded out by Loftek. Oh,
that was straight disrespectful.
I will say, I'm not a big fan of how that was played from either team, really.
Psycho should have not been able to get all those free picks.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, we've seen Psycho go crazy on the Sheriff in the save rounds.
Yes, that is true.
But now, as they go into their force, they don't have as much money to play with. Thank goodness for Regen Shield, obviously, having, you know, given us a different opportunity to play things. But, I mean, even if they lose this round, it's going to be really, really bad later on.
I mean, this is kind of the econ decider for the next 2 rounds. So however this goes, decides probably who wins the next 2 rounds and who's going to be able to establish early lead and momentum for first half. Okay.
Mikey's finding a very nice pick. I need to learn that crosshair placement. I want to get a pick like that.
Reflex shot.
Oh my. My friend's laughing in call right now like, no he won't. The hell?
You'll forget about it in 5 minutes.
No, I mean like he's just going to whip every shot because I'm bad at the game, which is also true.
You know what? That's relatable. I can respect that. There's only so much you can memorize about a game like this, and there's so much information and strategy you can pull off.
Here.
7 Laney. Hearing the haunt, but not knowing what it is, does get swung. See the salvos on point to delay the plant, but the 2 in garden are going to fall. Although Teo is still alive, doesn't have the salvos to play with here.
Is there anything you can do about the swing? No, he cannot.
That was a rough swing, I think.
I'm gonna be
from the
honest
side
with
of
you.
Some Cheese was detected by the crawler, knew that he was going to get pushed, so Mikey just had to hold for it, and he did.
And yeah, it's the suppression minus the advantage in terms of like spotting time. It was just a bad play.
The salvos blocking off Link.
Not allowing him to push forward.
Wow. I mean, yeah, he knew if he pushed forward, like, he was just going to fall this somebody who was holding it. And now, that's another round for the Vandals. The first time I think we've won a bonus.
And
or a bonus that was in, like, our bonus.
Yeah, I was going to be like...
We've won a couple round 3s before, but we've never won a bonus in this series.
We should have it more consistently. Like, there's no reason we shouldn't be taking those.
Well...
Don't you say, well, you know I'm right.
No! No, if you don't buy up second rounds,
I guess it does make sense that they would have the gun advantage and, like, the extra money to do so.
Yeah, in most situations, you're going to lose your bonus. The reason you play a bonus is so that you have money if you lose third round, which in most situations you're going to. Whereas if you lose first round, you full save second round and buy up on third round. And an opportunity to take a round, start knocking the opponent's eco, and maybe find yourself an opportunity to take a lead.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That makes absolute sense, actually.
Oh,
he missed the
Game
original part
Captain.
by just a second. That
Yeah,
is
taking
so
a couple kunai to the face there and forcing the Vandals to back up off of Street. Do have Joker hiding in spawn here.
If
Hearing
anything makes
a
that play
couple
redeemable,
people.
it is the fact that
David
Jordan
is looking
did
to clear
not
this.
have spike.
What
is going on here?
What?
Cage
Hold on.
Come on.
I
You
can't
guys
even cast this
can't fall for
properly.
this.
I'm just
There we go. Okay, Loftek does manage to
looking like
take
my
care of the
lobbies over
Joker
here.
shenanigans. They shouldn't be.
Some cheese finding secrets as well.
Okay, 3v3. We have control of Diffuser. Honestly, we could plant B-site right now and have some cheese hold the angle for jet approach.
That's
30
true.
seconds
Yeah, I
left.
think so. Anyway, it
Spike
looks like
planted.
most of. Okay, so we have Psycho playing in Tower and the other playing in Secret. Laney finding that pick on some cheese and elbow.
How are they losing these fights against Sheriffs?
Aim diff. Health dip. I don't know.
Some
It is
type of
smoked
dip.
off in a really bad spot, though. Should be planted for Street. Ooh,
Last
wait.
player
Oh,
standing.
Psycho finding quite a few.
Yikes.
But the Armageddon to delay the plant further. Psycho knows exactly where Lofttech is. But isn't going to hit any shots. Laney is going to swing that, allow Mikey's to stick the plant.
If he had maybe tried targeting Mikey, I think they would have been too far away for going for defuse.
I mean,
But
there
I
was
could be
also 8
mistaken.
seconds left on the plant. Lofttech's not great in these clutch situations, I don't think. Not often. I think it might have been better for him to be playing deeper in C main. Hit that ult a little later, and obviously probably still would have gotten pushed up, but definitely would have had more time to delay the defuse.
They give him that reaction.
I think at the moment that he heard the first tap, I would have waited at least a tiny little bit.
Because that
'Cause
way,
I think
worst
it
comes
takes-
to worse, it means that you'll stop them from getting first tick of defuse, and second, it allows you to confirm whether or not they're onto it.
Because it takes about 7 seconds to defuse.
Yeah.
So
And if you delayed that by like 2 seconds,
that's
that's game. Or at least
instead he
would
hit
be
that Armageddon
round,
pretty much
rather.
as soon as the bomb was tapped. So I guess it's fine.
It's not the worst. It just it could be improved upon. And yes, I know, Joe Schmo over here, Bronze 3, trying to tell Immortals what to do, but
No, I'm still for 2 now.
I was talking about me.
Oh. I was like, yeah, I was in. I
I'm
was
great
rough
at
for a little bit.
analysis, but I'm not great at actually playing FPSs.
Exactly. And, you don't have to be great at playing them to understand them. See Joker finding a pick on game captain here.
That's not great.
It's hard.
30
Vandals
seconds
can't
left.
find the footing that
Lofttech
they
does
need.
get Mikey though.
Yeah, I mean that is good. Having that Teo alive on the post plant is
Now Vandals, go back
usually
to A.
pretty.
They won't be expecting it.
No, this is better. Psycho is holding this, but not in a great spot. He's smoked off. He's trying to spray in the link. He's gonna
does get
drop.
a lot of
Lofttech takes
damage
out
down.
Secrets. Lofttech is at
so
5 health.
incredibly low. He needs to get his utility out while he still can.
See the fade ult coming out from the Vandals, actually. That's strange. Psycho takes out Diabolic. Some cheese with a crazy flank taking out Laney in secret. Psycho
The
looking to
Fatal
follow
is
it
now
up.
down.
Player standing.
Lofttech
Lofttech taking
gets
out Joker.
Joker.
It's just Psycho in a 3v1.
To be fair though, Psycho has won these before.
That's true.
But they
well,
do
this
not
time,
win
though.
this time.
Will
That
not
is
this time.
what we like to see.
Very
I'm
nice.
tired of them pulling out a sheriff and winning 1v3s.
Now what's that score right now? 4-1. I think it's the
Looking-
biggest lead that we've had in a first half
Yeah.
in a while.
Especially
I
considering
didn't
we're on attack.
either. This is just not Muskingum's map, or they
Or they're just tucked
Checking the
out.
situation.
yeah. I mean, they did
It's
spend a lot of energy trying to take over Split.
But it's only been in like, what, an hour 40 minutes? Usually,
That's true, but
usually
both
most
maps
of
were
us are.
pretty close.
Yeah, that is true. That does take a lot of mental energy.
2 to 2.5 can be a lot of Valorant for some people. And then some people are just able to grind out the game for like 13. So
Says
just depends on
says
the
the man
person.
who can play Overwatch for 8 hours straight if he really needed to. It's all about showing that, yeah, I have the mental fortitude. I can be the one who takes care of this.
dude, it's really like a show of dominance, no? I was like, I can sit on the game for 8 hours. I have the stronger mental fortitude.
Look, if you can't do it, that just means you're weak.
Exactly. You just gotta want it more, as my friend would like to say. They just want it more than us.
As you,
Some
as,
cheese.
as the people
Oh,
say,
finding
you
a
gotta
nice
yourself into the
ADS
game.
flick.
Okay,
onto
we
the
have
head of
3-5, we're
Secrets.
planting. We should be able to pull this off.
Lofttech taking out
That
Joker.
was almost a crazy pick out.
What is going on? Muskingum shooting the clone. The op is in the hands of Psycho, as I noticed, but wasn't able to mention earlier on. Who instead, I like this a little better. Psycho able to find that pick on some cheese. it's still
player
pretty risky
standing.
to play it on a round like this, unless the Vandals are just going to run it up.
Okay. Please don't continue doing that.
Just don't give
Just
him once.
run.
Psycho's going to be able to save that up into the next round, maybe. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like the Vandals are going to be fast enough.
They're fast.
Psycho's all the way in street looking for
Don't
an exit.
make that turn.
Oh.
Don't make that turn,
Wait,
Loftek.
Loftek lives those.
I'm okay with them getting out. I don't. The Vandals do not need to lose anything there. Sure, they have the money to replace their guns, and they could take out Psychos off, but
1 second, people.
we've seen how that's turned out.
That's true. But no, the Vandals are holding a bit of a 4. Oh, my hot chocolate is cold. That's tragic. I thought I finished it. I did not.
Do you have a lot of hot chocolate left?
It's like a third in there.
That's a shame.
But the Vandals, I don't think have had a lead this strong throughout the series so far. So definitely goes to show that maybe Muskingum doesn't have the energy that they had a little bit earlier. Psycho trying to hit a flick. Oh!
There we go, some cheese.
Taking out Psycho as they swing out before the smoke goes down. Secrets is forced out of halls by those salvo. We also have the Astro Wall up, which I didn't realize got put up.
I mean, honestly, we take those. We absolutely take those.
Laney has an Astro Wall of their own,
Going out.
maybe considering, yeah, which they also put up. Mikey's clears the point that they blocked out, but we also see the Visal coming out from the Vandals. Secrets does take out some cheese Laney.
We do have bomb planted. They just have to buy a little bit more time. Cypher's coming out. Mikey is trying to go for the
That's
defuse.
half. Joker takes out Game Captain. Laney's gonna stick. Oh!
I mean, they did force out all the ults, but I think the Vandals could have shot through the smoke because they knew where bomb was.
You can't shoot through smoke.
You can't shoot through Astral Wall?
No. It's the same as Harbor Smoke.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Which I don't know how it works from a scientific standpoint.
The density,
Actually, for either of those, at least like
there's two ways. There could be either the density of the smoke is so thick that the bullets can't pass through and they just like hit the floor, or it's a trans-dimensional gateway.
I think it's the latter, if I remember the lore correctly, because of how Astro works, like God of the Stars thing. In the case of Harbor, it's a smoke that's made of water. How does that deflect bullets? I don't know.
I mean, depending on how fast the water could be moving, like upward or towards the bullet, it could do rotational velocity.
What he said.
Engineering major.
Oh,
I know
Psycho finding a pick
physics.
on some cheese, trying to peek main.
I don't like how they're doing this.
Little bit of util shot in the way of
The
Mikey's.
DK getting itself taken care of.
Gate crash, faked, diabolic, helping get the pick on Laney. They are flushed out of halls by the salvo.
Spike planted.
Love the smoke so much.
Time to jump.
We'll see if they'll be able to continue doing that though.
Psycho is playing with an op though, so they kind of just have to rely on somebody walking into their crosshair. You can't play as aggressively as you might like to.
Otherwise, splat.
Now, do you see the wells on the spike so far? See Psycho miss that op shot.
Go ahead.
See the
The
Armageddon
Armageddon.
out from Loftek. Timed much better this time,
Yeah.
actually. At this point,
has to leave.
Muskin, I can't even remember the name. Yeah, but they know they don't have time, so they can kind of just back up, save their weapons for next round, and keep it going. Muskingum. Like, what's that mean? Muskingum. I don't know.
Maybe it's like, it's based off the name of the city, but like, why would you name your city something like that?
Is it?
Isn't it?
No. It's in New Concord, Ohio. So I have no idea. If any NU students are in the stream and would like to tell me, I would be elated. But we're gonna go into the next
Man's a
round.
big Muskingum fan.
Yeah, I mean, going into round 9 now. Psycho still holding that up. Was able to find a pick last round, but will they be able to do it again? See Lofttech
I don't
going
know, because
through.
the Vandals are getting very much used to Psycho's like picks, and you can tell based off the way they're like jiggle swing and stuff, it's making it way harder for Psycho to get those repeated shots.
Which is, that's how you play that.
That
if
is
you know
what
that,
we like to see, actually.
if you don't know where the jet is, and they have that op, kind of just jiggle every angle that you're trying to swing and make sure you're not caught off guard. Elaney is
exactly how
holding
you
Doug
play it.
out here. Can't find any shots on Lofttech as he walks through sight. Not hit by the Astro Stone, but is going to be hit by the Breach Clear. Laney is going to swing out, but is kind of playing on like no health right now. I think the moment that we're able to get a pick, Psycho
Spike
does take
down
out
A.
Diabolic, but some cheese
30
takes
seconds
out
left.
Mikey's. Laney is also alone in dugout. Vandal should be able to get the
Spike
bomb
planted.
down.
This is good positioning. This is good.
David might end up walking backwards into the smoking garden.
Joker got the flank off.
Traded out.
But we
It's
have
actually
control
really
over point.
Oddly played by MU so far.
Yeah.
But I mean, they don't really have guns.
One
Laney
enemy
takes
remaining.
out
Oh, no.
Lofttech. See the breach ults? Just sends him flying. And that's going to be a defuse for Muskingum.
That was a reversal that I was not seeing coming.
No, not at all. I wasn't even actually. I gotta actually like look up there and realize when
Come
people
in.
have ults.
Let's go. I got
People
things
just
to
don't
do.
like to use ults sometimes. So sometimes I just don't look.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Especially people with Omen ults, which I'm not gonna say anybody in particular.
No, David use his. Don't worry.
I actually wasn't referring to David.
Really?
I was referring to a certain competitor we've had in the past.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
Some
that is
players
something I
from
should
Utica last week weren't a big fan of Preston X, but I digress. Going on now. The lead
doesn't
still
matter.
comfortably held by the Vandals. Economy still in a pretty good spot. Secrets revealed an elbow by the crawler. I see some cheese on that lurk,
And they're ready.
but Psycho is
Jeez,
holding
don't
this.
fall for it. They're gonna see the barrel of your gun. They're gonna shoot, and they
Oh.
miss.
Wait, that was kind of big. Well, I mean, what? Mikey jumped in front of Psycho's crosshair, so by the time that some cheese
Covering it.
swung, he was distracted.
Yeah. Which I think that was honestly a really good thing for them to have to deal with. Otherwise,
Vandals still keep
that would have
things
been
pretty
an
slow.
easy pick out. There we
Oh,
go.
nice
Game
snap.
captain easily taking down
Time to
Laney.
jump. I'll
See
There's
the
the
dimensional
dimensional
drift.
drift.
Coming out to clear the site. Mikey's is going to get spot out. Maybe? I actually don't know
30
if they
seconds left.
cleared all the way in. Game captain does take out Mikey's, so I think so. At least found one of them. Some cheese takes out Joker on that lurk. Psycho from Garden does find the op shot on Diabolic.
You can't keep on getting these picks.
I mean, you're just never going to know where to expect him, and that's, I think, that something so lethal about Psycho's op compared to Secrets.
Yeah.
Psycho takes out Game Captain. It's a 2v3.
They just have to make sure they
One
don't get the
enemy
refusal.
remaining.
Spike tapped. Psycho trades Lofttech out.
And there we go. The attack from behind.
A
Let's go.
big round for the Vandals. Again, still holding that lead pretty comfortably now. 7-3. Just a couple rounds away from ending that half.
Yep. 2 more rounds, and then we go for the swap, which if the Vandals keep this up, if they continue having this really, really great offensive, it'll be 3-9. They'll need to get another 4 points afterwards, which is very doable. Very, very much doable.
I mean, something that the Vandals have realized is that, again, Muskingum isn't great at finishing.
They're good
so
at
when
getting
it
like
gets,
picks and stuff, but they can't finish executing their plays.
Well, it's not even that, but it's just finishing off a match. You know, when it gets to the second half, like, Muskingum always ends up playing way weaker than before. So I think they figured out that the more of a lead that they can take in the first half, the better that they'll set themselves up for the second half. Now, does that mean that I think we're going to finish 13-3? No.
No way.
But I do
But it
think
does
that
mean
the lead
rather
is going to
than-
be pretty significant, for sure.
Rather than 13-11, it'll be probably close to like 13-9 maybe. Is at least how I'm perceiving the circumstance. But things are
Now-
kind of quiet at the moment as people are just trying to wait for a pick of some sort. Psycho does have the ult out, but their aim was just a bit too high.
No, they saw some cheese. Why are we leaving?
Face your
There's no way they
fear.
didn't. Okay, so we see the Fatal coming out from Diabolic to start the entry.
Because some cheese is
Some
going to
cheese
get the...
does take out Mikey's.
What?
Oh my god. You know what?
Hold
And
on
that's-
a minute.
I'm not on the team, so maybe
30
it's
seconds
strats.
left.
Psycho saw some cheese. There's no way they didn't.
Very nice kill coming out of Secrets. Does allow them to get a rifle, but I mean, it's
This doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. It's so far a very rough push. Loft Tech and Diabolic finding one of their own. They don't have time to get the bomb down. Secrets finds those last two to finish up the round.
Heavy enough.
And, I mean, the Vandals just played that way too slow.
round in
But
the half.
Muskingum also put up a lot of pressure that the Vandals just weren't able to play into too well.
I am still confused how Psycho didn't... Like, my
We're
mind
blind.
is bamboozled.
We all saw it, right?
Like,
we all saw him there.
like we're not crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We're slightly crazy,
Maybe
but
he
we're
was
not that
looking at his
crazy.
mini-map.
But even then,
I'll
there's a
just-
reason he rotated, and I thought that's because he saw some cheese. I don't know.
But last round of the half, Vandals still holding at least a 3-point lead, maybe looking to make it 4 here. I don't think we've had any halves that ended 9-3, so yeah, no, the first two maps were 6-6, so considering the state that we're in right now for the Vandals, this looks
really
a lot
nice.
better.
Worst comes to worst, 7-5. Best case scenario, 8-2. I was going to say 8-2 rather than 8-4, which I don't think the game has 10 round increments. Believe it or not. Yikes.
Okay, unlucky. That's fine. See the
Buckshot
tether
right to
coming
the
out.
face. Well, that was more of a slug, but yeah.
See the Armageddon online
happens here.
for Mikey's as well. See the Visal coming out. Diabolic falls. Traded. Some cheese traded out after taking out Laney.
The Armageddon comes out. It's not able to do a whole lot here.
Psycho
David,
able to
you have
stick the
angle.
defuse, but pushed off by the salvo. David takes out Joker, but Secrets takes out David to finish out the half.
Secrets pulled out a quad out of nowhere. What is
That
happening?
is rough.
Switching
That is
sides.
rough,
But
my friend.
We're resetting. It's map swap. We'll see how this continues to turn out. We're in a good position here. 7-5. We just need to win 5 rounds out of this next half, where we should have advantage for defense.
Well, we'll definitely see. I mean, again, the last second halves were all 6-6, and this is the first time where someone went into the half with the lead.
That is true. That is true.
I think in a situation like this, I mean, I don't really know what's in store for the Vandals offense this time around. I'm just hoping that something good comes out of this, maybe. Most
It
of the
should.
Vandals end up buying classics with, like, no shield and probably some util. So they're definitely going to be at a gun disadvantage for the pistol round, for sure. Definitely not one that you want to be on in a situation like this, where another 2 rounds for your opponents could give them the lead. Loftek does take out Laney in main. Joker takes out Loftek for the trade. Diabolic follows it up. Some
Got
Cheese takes out
bamboozled by
Psycho.
your clone.
And I guess it doesn't even matter. Mikey's does take out some Cheese. But the Vandals already have site control.
They
They
are
played this
chilling.
super offensive. And now they just get to hold the smoke.
We take those, I
Yeah.
guess.
I guess we do, in fact, take those. Don't exactly know what the plan is here for... Oh, yeah, Mikey's caught out by that haunt. Just can't hit his shots right now. Think one of the Vandals might try and swing this up.
Last player
Okay.
Yeah,
standing.
game captain
Swap
trades out.
All we have is secrets here, running his infamous breach.
Going for the lurk play. But the Vandals have moved.
They were in a completely
Oh!
separate area.
That's, oh, I love that so much.
That is
I think
what we like to see.
This is so far out of the entire series and maybe even in the entire season, the most confident and organized I've seen the Vandals play so far. I'm very impressed, and I hope that they are proud of themselves for where they are right now. I certainly am. And I think, you know, we're just going to keep climbing, keep making things work out.
And you know what that means? We beat them here, we build up a momentum in general, and we continue crushing the rest of the season.
Need that back.
Let's friggin' hope so. Let's friggin' hope so.
That's friggin' awesome.
Going into round 14 now. Vandals on their bye. Here, seeing some util put up in Link because all of the Vandals are playing there for some reason.
They're
Oh, sorry,
playing there
that's mid.
because they can. We don't talk about it.
Somebody fell asleep at the wheel. David found one of his own.
Oh no.
He is able to back up, but just not a big fan about.
Look,
I mean, it's fine.
it happens. It's okay.
Water is a weird angle to hold anyway, so I can't even blame it. It's not too bad.
Yes, you can, and you should.
Well, you're right. You said it though, not me.
I didn't say nothing. No proof.
Outlaw shots.
Bring that down.
They're
Warning,
forcing some good
Muskingum.
pressure here. That probably does go
Menu is
down, and they're going
forced
towards
to
spawn.
Try and make their way back through
30
waterfall, but
seconds
who is that here? Loftek.
Loftek is watching. Does Joker move forward here? It would be a Follies play to do so, but, you know, it's an eco round. Who really cares at this point?
Mm-hmm. Now, I think some of MU heard Loftek posted up there. Obviously weren't
There
sure
we
how
go.
to push it too well.
Spike
They
down
literally just have
A.
to make sure that nobody picks up the spike
Game
for 2
captain
seconds.
takes out Mikey's. Well, no,
Easy.
even then. Boom, David. With a nice two to find the last two guns they
David,
picked up.
beautiful 4-drop, man. Let's go.
Well done. Very well done indeed.
David has been MVP overall for all these maps. He is
need a
just
drop.
that good.
Man of the match? Possibly.
I think so.
Possibly.
I think so.
But, I mean, so far in the second half, Vandals have once again... I think this is actually the first second half pistol round that we've won in the series. No? I have to double check. But I'm pretty sure. Now, obviously, looking for our bonus. A bunch of the Vandals have rifles here. Obviously, Muskingum has bought up. Trying to make something happen, have some of us pushed up looking for a pick, but no one is pushed up far enough just yet. My friend took a sip of Monster and got some in his eye. Very unfortunate.
It tastes so good through my eye. Oh, God.
You okay, my friend?
Oh, I can feel the burn.
That's that Monster energy keeping you energized.
You're not wrong.
In a place that you exactly aren't supposed to consume it. But still, shout out to Monster Energy for being our brand sponsor for the Vanity Esports
I
program.
gladly take the pain if it lets me continue drinking my Monster.
Some cheese with a very great timing on that lurk. The game captain finding one.
Wall bang.
Oh, looking for another. Doesn't find it. Psycho's going to get a little aggressive.
Okay, and he does get the trade off.
Taking the trade, taking out Psycho. Mikey finds one, will always find his one, but it's still going to fall. It's going to be another round. Our first, second half pistol to bonus.
It's happening on the same round. It's happening on the same map. That's what we like to see. And you know what that means, folks? It's 5 to 10.
Now we
2 rounds. 3 rounds. I can do basic math. We can both do basic math.
The question is, do we screw it up? I mean, we've
they're on a
Muskingum has won Thrifties before.
Don't say
on
that.
us.
Don't say that. Don't.
We obviously have the
Don't
rifles.
put that
and
evil out here.
We have the money to survive for a couple rounds. But, I mean, just because Muskingum is already on another save, you know, maybe the Vandals play this a little too comfortable. Do you see Mikey's cut off by the vice ball and just holding it to see if anybody's going to push it?
Taking that back.
Excuse me.
I wouldn't test that angle.
Blocking vision.
The Vandals are kind of just trying to find out the point of
craziest
interest.
flank I've ever seen.
Okay, he doesn't see
never
it.
mind. And you ruined it. Never mind. I don't care anymore.
Should have just started firing regardless of what was going to happen.
David does find a trade, though. Not exactly trade, but he finds his one.
Bro, how you got
Laney
monster in
finds
your
the trade
eye?
on
Well, now-
that, though.
Don't worry about it.
She's bought an Odin. Okay. Laney finds the trade on that once again.
Some cheese, I respected. Baller move.
Curious. Laney is able to get that bomb down. I think the
Grenade is live.
second of which this half so far that Muskingum's been able to do. Ooh,
They both
Psycho
miss.
up on top. Outlaw's not hitting inside of Game Captain right now, and the rest of the
Wait for the
Vandals
smoke to
are
go down.
stuck on the one-way. Gonna try and wait out that smoke maybe, but
I think
Res, I mean, I like the positioning so far
Yeah, they're giving up
from
points.
NU. They're just in much better spots that are going to be a little bit harder to play, and you know, I think the Vandals realize it's just not worth it to play here.
keep what they've got. Make sure their economy remains semi-stable, and then
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
Because look, 4 points Ed still is crazy lead. Crazy lead.
Thrifty.
Thrifty.
That's their second thrifty of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, wasn't an elimination thrifty, but still was able to win that round on their save, and now able to go into this next round feeling a little bit more confident about their buys, about their utility, and hoping to make a little bit more of a dent in the scoreboard for Muskingum in the second half.
This is a nice spot.
But you know what I do like to see?
Mhm.
Game Captain pulling out the op.
That's true.
As long as
Well, no, he had an outlaw last round. This is his first round with the op.
Yeah.
Wait, he had an op last round?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
I am not manifesting. Shut up. I get that comment all the time. I'm not caster cursing. I'm not manifesting.
None of us ever mean
It
to
is
do
not intentional. I'm sorry.
it. Diabolic. Holding upper as the rest of Muskingum just
Well, that's all-
trying
yeah,
to
you're
stick
not wrong.
together.
But honestly, that's kind of what they have to do is just force all of their pressure onto one point and hope that they can follow through with the rest of whatever is going to come what may be.
Diabolic
Well, just
finding
like
a
that.
very important pick on that flank. Mikey's falling to Diabolic. Not having that save for the post plan is pretty bad
Which
for
does get
Muskingum,
some
which they're
cheese.
probably going to find out a little bit
Joker
later.
being Diabolic.
But even then, Secrets and Joker find theirs. David is going to find a late trade. Joker finds David. Psycho's
Cage trigger.
caught alone. Warning shots through.
Blocking sight.
I mean, just what is going on this round?
Last player
Chaos.
standing.
Joker! Maybe not Loft Tech. Might
Okay,
have Joker
it's
commit to
Game
going
Captain.
Secrets.
Up
Making
on the
some noise.
field.
They know he's still up there.
I'm surprised they haven't tried starting. I think if they push forward, they can run him down, but that's a dangerous game to be playing.
And he's not even going to play it. He's actually just going to back off and save his gun, which is probably a better situation.
Yeah, but still, they're losing points really, really quickly, and I don't know how I feel about that.
They're
Actually, I
not
know
losing
exactly how
points.
I
They're just
feel.
losing rounds, which is fine. We still hold the lead, except it's going to go from a 4-point lead to a 3. But even then, I don't think the Vandals will be too concerned about that.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if the op is the play here. It doesn't seem to be getting super many results. I don't know if it's just merely the pressure that the gun provides the reason they're sticking with it, but
well, I mean, it also, the situation, I don't think it really allows Game Captain to do his job as a duelist and just walk in. Because you can't really walk in with an op. You're kind of forced to play a little bit more
but
passive.
you know what you could do? You could give it off tech.
Are you sure about that?
No. But I think it would be better than Game Captain having it because the sheer role difference makes such a huge impact.
I think Game Captain needs to be allowed to turn on a little bit harder. And so far just hasn't really been able to do that with the op in his hands. So, yeah, you're right. Now, you see full death ball coming out. Muskingum getting on the point.
Yeah, David!
Oh, my
That is what we love to
goodness. Finding a
see.
beautiful pick on Psycho as they try to jump him in dugout. Armageddon
and Astral Wall.
Hey, he lives it. Some Cheese does take out Joker and Main as well.
One enemy
Some
remaining.
Cheese does make the trade against Secrets.
Game
Okay,
Captain
we
finding
take
that
those.
last. Is that his first op kill?
That was his first op kill.
They
Hey,
have courage.
but you know what?
It works.
He holds that up better than Secrets. Let me tell you.
We said it, we doubted it, and it's like, I hear that, I raise you with the kill.
Now
But you know who else only found one kill on an op? Secrets in map 1.
Yeah.
Now
we
the
know
only
that-
difference is that Game Captain isn't losing that op consistently, but
And
it really
Secrets
matters.
did
It's like
lose
how much
15K.
more value is he really going to be able to get?
Yeah. I think if he goes down with the op, swap the build. Don't even worry about getting it back. Just focus on Vandal.
That's fair.
Way-
Because
way more
especially
economically
every
viable.
round that you go into with the op is another round where you can risk dying, risk losing it, and giving it to the enemy team who use that to snowball. I
Dave
don't
taking
know.
down Joker, but Laney does get revenge upon their fallen comrade.
Here it is. Game Captain holding this up here. Finding
Yes!
a nice one on Psycho.
Game
Does
Captain
fall
for
with
Psycho
it.
isn't terrible.
Hey, that's one more kill than Secrets now.
Yeah.
One suppressed.
One enemy
See
remaining.
the
Okay,
breach
Armageddon.
ult
Oh no, that's
coming
breach ult. What
out
was I talking
by Muskingum. They don't even know where this last man is.
Okay.
It's Diabolic coming from Garden. Diabolic just looking for these wide clears.
He's not gonna see. He's not gonna see it.
Is displaced by the salvos, is hit by the breach clear, is swung.
Swapped for knife to try and maybe like sneak out faster with the crouch, but it just is not enough.
Unfortunate. But it's fine. My voice cracked a little bit there. I'm just going to act like it didn't. Now, obviously,
not a
it's been a
bully.
few rounds since
Fake
the Vandals have had a firm hold on the map, and I think it might be a few more. Obviously, they're going into their eco round after, having lost one too many, and
They just couldn't keep taking those L's like that.
it's rough. They still have the lead, but Muskingum is slowly but surely closing it. And, we've seen situations like this lead to the Vandals' detriment in past series. Will it happen again? Laney, for example, already taking out Game Captain.
Now he's manifesting.
Diabolic! Finding himself caught out in street as the rest of Muskingum pushes their way on the site. I could say it's a little bit lower stakes, but you don't want to be throwing rounds like that.
It's just not worth it.
Even on a save.
I mean, they do have. I don't think they have anything, actually. I don't know where I was going to go with that.
Yeah, I mean, some of them have sheriffs, but
But what are they going to do with it is the question.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the Vandals can play the thrifty rounds as well as Muskingum has been able to. I think something, I mean, obviously, Psycho's sheriff for one, but
Is a monster, but just in general, the way they're handling the rounds, they're doing it with more precision.
the Lofttech does take out Psycho for one pick, is traded out by Joker. Some Cheese finds a very late pick
Now leave.
and is going to choose to die to Spike for more money. And deny ult credits and yada yada, and all those things that I learned.
Wait, does it
Now-
count if you die to it?
No? Does that count towards your KD? Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I
But
was not fully
you
aware
do
of
get
that
more.
either.
You do get more money for that instead of
Fair
dying to somebody
enough,
else.
fair enough.
So,
Which, if you're going to be changing out your weapon anyway, like, there's no reason not to, I guess. Other than if you wanted to preserve KD, but at this point...
now, once again, the score is 9-11. Still in the favor of the Vandals.
Here.
Once again, Muskingum slowly but surely making their climb to keep this match competitive. Lofttech takes out Psycho. A very important pick. so early into the round.
The Vandals playing offensive this round rather than defensive.
See that gate crash hit by game captain.
Bold message you have posted.
Finally, Sumchi's holding this and getting a pick.
Okay,
Finding
okay.
3, and David finding that last one, bringing
Match
the Vandals
point.
into match point. A little later than I think most of us would have anticipated or hoped for, but the
ultimates.
fact that we are here in general, I think, says enough. After a rocky start to the season in ECAC so far.
So here's the thing. MU is doing a little bit of a forced buy right now. They don't have enough for full shields or full utility or full guns. The Vandals have 4 ultimates here, full buys, full everything. They have the advantage. Diabolic is 1 off from getting his ult as well. Vandals, you need to win this. This is like the best time to win this.
Decoy.
See the
Decoy
clone
coming
come
out.
One suppressed.
You are divided.
Okay, Astro Wall does come out. Jet ult is out.
Out of
Oh,
charges.
it's fake
The Vandals have
info.
to play this quickly.
It can suppress the clone. That's so funny. Well, hey, the Vice ult's still coming out.
What the heck?
Game captain, what is
How?
going on? Psycho does find.
What?
He's traded out. The fatal. I'm so lost, man. I don't even
Trying
know.
to go
It's a
through 2 Astro
3v3,
Walls.
now 3v2 in the favor of the Vandals, taking out
Still waiting.
Laney. David taking out Clutch.
There we go.
The
Armageddon's coming
Armageddon
out.
has to run
Diffuse.
through.
Diffuse.
And now the Vandals have time to hit the defuse.
Beautiful work.
Finish out
This
this
is what we've been waiting
series.
for.
Their first win of the regular season.
Thank you, Monster, for keeping me awake to this point. It was so worth it. Thank you very much. Even the pain.
My voice did not like all that raising, but it is fine. I'm glad that we got to do that. Our first series win of the season. A very well fought map. Obviously, first map was 13-8, where, you know, the Vandals showed a little bit more control, and in a situation like Pearl, once again, they were able to show a very similar amount of control, finishing 13-9. Sumchi's.
It was a little bit closer than I think we would have liked.
Of course, but I mean,
But
that's
you know
what you're expecting.
But you know what the best part is?
It's better that these games aren't blowouts.
Yeah, I agree. But considering how much of an advantage they had after
Mm-hmm.
first phase, I think the Vandals could have handled defense a little bit more accurately. Especially with Psycho getting a bunch of free kills when they shouldn't have. But the Vandals do pull through, and that means we're on the scoreboard.
That's true. Finally, still a negative win rate in the season overall. But
I mean, that
we'll
makes us
still
have the same scoreboard
be-
as MU now, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they
both teams-
1-2?
They're 1-2 now.
Hey,
Because of us.
that's good. We're just hoping that we're able to bring things a little bit higher. I think we need to at least finish 3-2 to move on to playoffs, but I don't
So they'll have
fully
to win
remember.
the next 2 of the series. At least,
it-
hopefully.
let's hope so. You know, I think today's series, even though it was well fought,
There were some clear issues that need to be handled from
Yeah,
some
but
of the gameplay.
I definitely think that considering the new roster being here now, they've needed to have like a lot of work to do with themselves individually as a player and as teams to be able to get to this point. And now we are able to do that. How well we did that, I think, is up to interpretation. I think what's most important is that we were able to get it done. We got in, we got out
We
alive.
came, we saw, we conquered. And that we will continue moving into next week.
Who I probably should do more research into who we're playing week by week, so I can be like, join us next week for our game.
Believe
Against
it or not,
who?
I have that pulled up. We are going against the Queens College Silver Knights.
Queens, like Queens, New York. A lot of New York schools.
And they had a bye round this week, making it so that they are currently 2-1 on the leaderboard. Which means, but they did lose to Fighting Johnskis, which we did just beat. So
That I think is a good omen.
Yeah,
For how
I would
next week
say
might
so.
go.
And they get a week of being rusty from not having to deal with fighting against Roosevelts.
I would hope most teams are playing
competitively practice. Yeah, but doing that is different than fighting like actual competitive
also.
teams.
Oh, was this their first loss? No.
Oh wait, they forfeited a round.
Yeah. Yeah, you read that wrong. But
If that then they're also 1-2. So even better.
Look, that's I'm sure it's very exciting. I'm very happy about how the Vandals had played this today, and I'm hoping that we are able to continue this into the weekend, into our Big Sky Championship games,
which you should all be there for.
More. Wow, I just realized how weird I look without my glasses on. Oh my god. Anyways, fun stuff going on this weekend to stay up to date about what's going on in the lab and other events that are being hosted by the Vandal Esports program. Please join the Discord using the command bang Discord to join us, meet us, maybe meet some friends and fans of your favorite esports titles, and maybe get involved with the Vandals Esports program. Thank you very much for watching today. If you aren't already, please do follow the channel. We just recently surpassed 700, and we thank you greatly for helping us achieve that milestone. And now we're on to the next hundo. If you're feeling generous or have a Prime sub lying around, feel free to subscribe. Get a fun badge next to your name. Get some emotes to use in chat, like our silly spinning monster can. And you get to help support a grassroots collegiate esports community, which I think is pretty cool.
I agree.
Yeah, no, that's it. I feel like I was forgetting something.
So thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
We will see you guys this weekend and next week for some more Valorant gameplay. We hope you all have wonderful nights.